backside of that is the All right, thanks for tuning in to the Lyle King Princeton Invitational Tournament. This is the 57th year. I'm Jamie Sanders, joined by Josh Alber. Looks like we didn't get a chance to go through the order of the matches, but and we're off and running here. The championship match should have been Daniel Jezik against Quintana from Dixon, but it looks like it was an injury default. So Jezik is your pit champ there. Who do we have on the third place mat, Josh?
Looks like we have Mershner of Reed Custer and Gavin Mauser from Vandalia. Mauser had a tough loss in the semis to Quintana from Dixon, and that's the match that Quintana actually got hurt. So.
Did you see that match?
I didn't get to see it. I heard it was a great match. So 11-9, high-scoring match. So.
Right, nice. Yeah, I was told it was a shoulder injury for Quintana.
Yeah, that's too bad. You know, he looks like he wrestled a pretty good tournament and made it to the finals. And I'm sure he'd like to prove himself against a guy like Jezik, or at least get a shot. You know.
Well, he was second at the pit last year in a really nice match with I believe Altensi from Riverdale.
Okay.
So
yeah. Anytime you get to wrestle a guy like Jezik, you know, one of those very high-ranked guys that, you know, I think Jezik's an Oklahoma State commit, so that would have probably been a big thing for him. So he must be injured pretty bad if he's not wrestling out here.
Right. Yeah, Jezik's had he's a returning state champ, and last year Coal City was in 2A, so he is the real deal. Comes into this tournament, looks like 23-1, or maybe that's his updated record, but either way, he's only taken one loss this year.
Yeah, I think that loss is to Hoselton from Prairie Central.
Right.
So
great match.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get to see that down in Champaign later this year.
So we've got Mauser from Vandalia. Can you see the? I can't tell.
We have.
He's down 2-1, right?
Yep, he's down 2-1.
Okay, Marshner's up from Marshner from Reed Custer is up 2-1.
Yep,
going into the second period. On the fifth place mat, we have looks like Trimmingham from Auburn against Flanders from Porta. How'd they get there? Flanders made the semis and then ran into a buzzsaw, ran into Jezik.
How about Auburn this tournament? They're having a heck of a tournament, aren't they?
They are. What do we do with their? They're in second place, yep. Just 13 points behind Dakota right now?
Yep, we got Dakota at 193 and Auburn at 180. You know, I'm affiliated with I'm coaching for Dakota, and coming in, we weren't even. To be honest, we weren't even thinking about Auburn. We were thinking, you know, we wanted to see how good Coal City and Vandalia were in a tournament. And
really?
Auburn's just really had a great tournament. They have their 20 made it to the finals, which is kind of a surprise.
Okay. Both of us? Josh, I'm going to go ahead and step back. They need to do an update, so go ahead and take over. Let us know what's going on in the matches if you can see it.
Yep, we'll do.
And we're back. We had to take a break for a technical issue. What's going on third place mat, Josh?
Yeah, we still have Marshner from Reed Custer. He's up 3-1 going into the third here. Third just starting. Mauser chose down. I don't believe either guy has a stall call yet. So.
Mauser was fourth at state last year. Doesn't look like he placed at the pit. A lot of times these upper weights tend to be senior dominated, so it's not. He was a sophomore last year, junior this year, so not uncommon for these younger guys to have an uphill battle.
Yeah,
in these upper weights.
Marshner was just hit for stalling. I was wrong. He had a stall call already, so Mauser with a point there makes it 3-2. Looking to get the escape and tie the match here.
Over for fifth, it's tied. Tied midway through, almost midway through the third period. We've got a beam in our way, or I do anyway. It's kind of tough to see the time.
Looks like Flanders just got the fall over there on the fifth place match, so Caden Flanders from Porter will take home fifth place. Shane Trimmingham from Auburn's going home with sixth.
Big throw. I was looking over that way and missed a throw off the mat. Heard it though.
Yeah, to be honest, just the way that Mauser wrestled in the semis, I thought he was going to have a pretty easy time here in this third place match, but Marshner's giving him all he can handle for sure.
I took some notes. I brought some notes with me on some of the wrestlers. There's another throw off the mat. Is he trying to get a stall call there, you think, Josh, or is he?
Yeah, I think
physical.
Yeah, I think the momentum's starting to shift here in this match a little bit. The Vandalia kids looks like he's marching, but now the Reed Custer kid coming back at him. And this Reed Custer kid must have some fight in him, because I see here he lost in the second round, and he's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches just to get to where he's at.
That's a long road. Yeah. I know. Back in the day when I was wrestling, our coach would say, do me a favor, do us all a favor, do it the easy way. Don't lose in the early rounds and have to fight your way back through. But kudos to him for making his way back into the tournament.
Yeah, it looks like he's got some momentum behind him, and I love seeing guys that do that. It just shows how much fight they have in them, and he's showing some toughness.
So we've got about 35 seconds left. We got some action here.
Nothing.
Okay. Mauser with the takedown to go up 5-3. 25 seconds left in the third period. Just got to ride him out another 10 seconds or so, and he's going to take home third place.
Yeah, it looks like it's about to do it here. Mauser's going to take home third. Marshner from Reed Custer is taking home fourth, but honestly, no shame for Marshner there.
Absolutely,
heck of a tournament.
Like you said, a lot of fight. Fight his way all the way back. It's a long day. It's a long Saturday. The weight class coming up next. What do we do with that sheet? Here it is. Is 152 pounds. Let's talk about 152. We're going to have Jack Padding from Alleman. You got that? Jack Padding from Alleman. He was second at the pit last year. He was third at state versus
Kyle Tunick Sterling. He's a senior. He came into the tournament 20-1.
All right. I know Kyle well. I used to be affiliated with the Newman High School. He placed second last year. He was a state qualifier last year. His freshman year, I know he won this tournament. Then he went on and placed at state. So he's no stranger to the finals.
That one is the finals. That scoreboard there. No, this scoreboard here is the middle mat.
Trying to work out what scoreboard we can point the camera at, and if not, we're just going to have to keep you updated. Yeah,
we'll do our best. We're up here in the crow's nest, so it's kind of hard to get a good shot of the scoreboards.
Well, we've got various things in our way, beams and basketball hoops and things like that. So on the third place mat, we have Noah Schnery against Braden from Orion against Braden Kaiser from Vandalia, and we're off on the
right away. Padding's coming out aggressive, punches an underhook, drives him right off the mat. Good physical start here for Padding.
Yeah, he was a freshman the year that my son was a senior, and a very, very impressive young man.
Yeah, he just looks, he's well put together. I think he's been kind of physically mature for a while now. Ever since I've been watching him, he's looked pretty mature. But yeah, he looks pretty tough. Puts good pressure on guys. Good with his ties. Pretty basic wrestler, but it seems to not make a lot of mistakes.
He wrestled, I believe, probably, what's that club over there, that off-season club over in the Quad Cities?
Young Guns.
Young Guns, yep. Yeah. He was at Young Guns with, with a number of the young guys that we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, this is kind of the area for them. There's quite a few teams here that, they got guys wrestling at Young Guns. And I've seen TJ Williams walking around here.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, he's coaching at Tremont.
You know what? Then I did see him. I just didn't realize it was him. Look at Tunick in on the takedown. Tunick scores first.
Yeah, but I know TJ has that strong mind, strong body club down here.
Sure. Padding with a reversal there to tie it up. It's 2-2 now. Got about 40 seconds left in the first period.
That was big for padding too, because I think Tunick, he's pretty good on top. So to get that reversal right away, it's a good sign for him.
Yeah, Kyle's very comfortable on top. He loves to work the turns, work the legs.
Tunick out now, 3-2 here with about 20 seconds left in the first period.
2-0 on the third place mat. I can't tell which, again, we got Schneider and Kaiser. Can you tell us that Schneider on top?
Kaiser's winning.
Kaiser's winning,
yep.
Okay.
Kaiser from Vandalia is up 2-0.
Both gray singlets, both red lettering. And then on the fifth place mat, we have Wendling from Tremont and Graves from Hayworth. That's 2-1 right now. Looks like Wendling might have the lead there. Nope. Yeah, no, that's correct.
Yeah, there's TJ Williams there coaching his Tremont guy there.
Aha.
Yep. Yeah, it's good to see a guy like him in 1A wrestling coaching a smaller school.
Absolutely.
It's good for everyone.
I've got a friend who wrestled with, with all of those guys back in the day at Mount Carmel.
I wouldn't want to wrestle.
We're going way back. Yeah, no, he said it was a brutal practice room.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Tunick with an escape.
Make it 4-2 Tunick here, about 15 seconds in the second period.
Right now, it looks like, let's see, I've got notes here. Padding is ranked #1 in the state according to the Illinois Matman rankings. Tunick is ranked 6th, so both were second last year at the pit.
Yeah, so this would, Tunick's on par here so far to get a, this would be a great win for him.
This would be a nice win for him. I know he did a lot of wrestling in the off season with the guys up at, I think it was Izzy is where he was going.
Oh, yeah.
With Mayora and those 3A guys. So
yeah, well, that's what it takes. I mean, just the way wrestling is now, you can't really expect to, be a state champion or even a state placer nowadays if you're not putting in the work in the off season.
It's changed so much. I went to school with a guy who started wrestling as a freshman and won state twice.
Yeah.
And I would dare say that's probably impossible to do.
Yeah. Well, my dad did the same thing. My dad, my Uncle Pete, who's the head coach at Dakota, they both started as freshmen, won state titles. And
amazing.
If you did that now, you'd be a phenom.
Yeah. Yep. So still 4-2. We've got 40 seconds left on the championship mat. Tunick up over Jack Padding from Alleman. 3-0 over in the third place mat.
Yeah, Padding's putting a lot of pressure on him, pushing, but it doesn't seem like he's generating a lot of offense. So if he wants to, he's going to have to put a flurry here together, put 1 or 2 shots together. He's not really doing much of anything.
Yeah. My son is a couple years older than Kyle, but Kyle was one of his practice partners. He said Kyle's really tough to take down.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be really hard to take him down when you don't shoot on him too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Tunick's going to take a 4-2 lead into the third period. It's Padding's choice. Looks like he's indicating he's going down. All these matches are close. We got a 4-2, 4-3, and a 3-0 match. No blowouts right now. So let's see. This could get really interesting if if Tunick can ride him, obviously, or get a turn. But Padding gets the escape. It is going to be interesting. He's going to have to develop some offense, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's just if you're Tunick, I definitely think your strategy should be stay on top as long as possible. You know, I'd shoot to ride him the whole period and win the match. But
yep, stay busy. Stay busy. Avoid. There we go.
I think we're going to go one here.
All right, they're going to talk about it.
Over. I think they're going to decide one.
Yep.
Oh, they do reversal.
Gave him the reversal there.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't know about that. I think I would go one there, but it is what it is.
You could take it up with Mr. Holbrook afterwards.
Yeah, I have to go talk to him about it. Hey, go listen to my broadcast. I have to go tell him to listen to the broadcast. No, you know what? They talked it over, and that's what they think. That's what
right.
It is, and we're going 4-4 here with about minute and 20 seconds left in the third. So now Tunick, escape puts him in the lead.
Right. Yeah. So does he gonna? Does he buy some time here? Does he want to get to his feet as quickly as he can?
Yeah. I don't ever want to buy time because all of a sudden next thing you know you're on bottom still with 20 seconds left. But he gets right out. 5-4.
Yeah, but you're probably in the mindset of the riding time. The last 4 years.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I got to get out. I got to get out of that mindset.
Right.
Yeah. There's been such an emphasis on riding for me, at college and I've been trying to teach that to my guys here. It just not only does it help on the scoreboard, but it just helps with the momentum. When you ride a guy, you can just take so much life out of him, So.
I'm told that oftentimes the Illinois guys, when they go away, that the weakest part of their game is probably the riding.
Yeah.
The Pennsylvania guys, that's their strength, I guess.
Yeah.
The Illinois guys tend to be good on their feet.
Yep.
Seems to be an emphasis there. All right, Tunick in deep if he can. He's going to have to clear an ankle.
Got 24 seconds left on the clock. He's going to have a hard time scoring here.
Yep.
He's doing the right thing here, though, getting his head up.
He's doing absolutely everything he needs to do.
We're going to go onto the gym floor, though. Now Padding's kind of looks like he's trying to turn it into his offense. Short time.
He's just going to hang on there.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No. Yeah.
So, Tunick, your champion at 152 pounds. This is, I believe, his second championship. Won his freshman year and then, again, his senior year. Nice match. I don't know if a lot of people felt that the match was going to go that way, but, I think credit Tunick and all the work that he did in the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a big win for him, wrestling the #1 ranked guy in the state and getting the win. So congrats to Kyle Tunick.
All right, they're going to move the camera now. The third place match is over, and I got so caught up in this championship match that I didn't see who won that. So we're over to the fifth place match right now, I believe. Score is 8-5. You tell who's winning there, Josh?
No, I got 7-5.
Nope. Now they just changed it 7-6.
7-6. Okay.
They gave an escape to the wrong individual, so they're going to reverse that. So
Ryan Graves of Hayworth is up on Lucas Wedding.
And now it's 7-7. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So we got about a minute left in the third period on the fifth place match. How's it going? All right, we got 57 seconds left in that match.
Yeah, that's fine.
The fifth place match.
Yeah. Yeah, when we go to that one, that's fine. But when we're on this one, it's okay if there's no scoreboard.
So we'll take that.
Yeah, yep, that's fine.
Well, this is going to come down to it, isn't it? Somebody doesn't get a takedown here. We're looking at overtime. 40 seconds left. What do you think about the offense here? What's going on? We're not seeing a lot of shooting here.
Yeah, there's not a lot. It's hard to tell, who's going to go out and get the advantage here. I mean, the way it's looking, we're going to go to overtime, but I haven't got to see these guys wrestle, so I don't really know what they do. There's a little scramble going out. The Hayworth mom in the stands wasn't happy there. She thought he was still in bounds.
All right, 15 seconds left in this fifth place match. Tied up, 7-7. Wendling and Graves.
Oh man, just a bad shot at the end of the match. Can't do that. 9-7. Looks like Graves is going to take this match. Yep. So Ryan Graves takes 5th place. Lucas Wendling of Tremont takes 6th place.
All right. While they do the awards, I'm going to talk real quick about the team scores. Not going to read them all to you because there's 34 teams here. We'll talk about the top 5 team scores right now. Coming into this round, in 5th place was Riverdale with 145 points. 1 point ahead of them was Coal City in 4th. Another 30 points, and we get 3rd place is Vandalia. Auburn in 2nd with 180, and Dakota with 193 points. Like you said, Josh, I expected to see Coal City up there a little bit closer to the top.
Yeah, it ebbs and flows over time. I see a team like Riverdale in 5th, and it's good to see guys like that or teams like that kind of making a resurgence because, I remember back in the day they were always a solid team, and then it seemed like in the last few years they've kind of
they've got a couple of All-10Cs, I believe, on the team. One's a finalist tonight, and the other one I believe is going to be wrestling for another place.
Yeah, so it's good to see a team like Riverdale in top 5. And Coal City, I don't know. I've heard they've had a few starters in and out. I don't know if they brought their full team or not. But
they're missing Papach. I'm not sure Papach or Papich. Probably the son of the guy that we wrestled against when I was in school. Yeah, I expected to see him in at I think 170 pounds, and no, 160 pounds. He didn't weigh in. All right. Coming up, 106-pound championship, we have Jarek Worley from Vandalia, 4th last year, 6th at state against.
We're at
106 pounds now.
Evan Rivera, Coal City. Not sure what he placed at state last year. He's a senior and he's 20-2.
Yep. He was a runner-up at the pit last year. He was also a state qualifier last year when Coal City was in 2A.
I'll tell you what, you're not going to find 2 6-pounders that are rangier than these two.
And it looks like they're both undefeated coming into this finals match.
No, Rivera is 20-2, it says here.
You know what? I was looking at the wrong record. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
We got to take down Rivera.
Yeah. Rivera looks like the number 3 seed. He upset the number 2 seed, Gage Lopez from Auburn.
Right into a Granby cradle. He's racking up backs now as Worley. He's holding 2, so it's going to be 4-2 when we come out of this. So we got 6 points in the first 40 seconds of this match.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I hope this pace keeps up.
Coming in after this match?
Yeah, I'm going to hop out here at 60.
You got a kick coming out, don't you? To the chairs, all 152 pounds, place to the chairs. On the 3rd place mat, we've got Lopez from Auburn, and that's the younger All-10C, or if the smaller All-10C. I think he's younger. I believe he might be a freshman from Riverdale.
Yep, he's a freshman. Yeah, and then over in the 5th place match, we have
Julian Decker from Wilmington and
Justin Miller of Porta.
Well, once again, all of the matches are close. We've got a couple that are they're all within 2 points.
Worley's working hard here on top. Looks like, oh man, he was close to getting him over there. Riding legs hard.
Boy, he's cranking on that arm, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why, when you're a bottom guy, you don't give your arms up.
Yeah, you don't.
It's just, not only you're going to get scored on, you're going to get hurt. So we have a stalemate here. With
and even if you don't get hurt, it just does not feel good. It hurts a lot.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
So we have a winner over on the 5th place mat. It looks like Justin Miller from Porta scores a pin over Decker from Wilmington.
Worley just doing a really nice job on top, keeping his hips tight. Oh, he goes right into a tilt at the end of the period. No points, though. That would have been big.
He just ran out of time there, didn't he?
Yeah, and just from that first period, I don't know if Rivera's going to want to go bottom in this match. It looks like Worley's pretty dang good on top.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, I'm not surprised by that decision there.
No, yeah, Rivera goes neutral here. Man, I just can't get over the size of these 6-pounders. They're
lanky, aren't they?
They are lanky.
Well, Rivera's using his leverage right there, his length.
I mean, you could tell me these guys were 20s and I'd believe it.
Altensi's on top on the third place mat, trying to run a wing there. Had a wing and a half in.
Worley in on a leg here in the championship bout. He's gonna have a hard time finishing here on Rivera. He's pretty stringy and scrambly. They go out of bounds.
Tried to drag his feet, wasn't able to keep him in. Altensi working on a cradle over, and it looks like he's got it. He doesn't have it locked up, but he's going to take him over anyway. He's getting a count there. Altensi, the freshman.
Rivera just kind of bullied Worley over there in the front head. Just good pressure, went knee tap, then kind of just bull rushed him. So Rivera ties it up 4-4 about halfway through the second period.
Altensi goes up 6-2 on the third place mat against Lopez. He had a cradle. He's working on another cradle.
Worley's really likes that Granby cradle. It looks like he's always kind of fishing for here.
We got about 34 seconds left in the second period on the championship. He's going to go ahead and let him up, isn't he? He's going neutral.
Yeah, I just think that they don't. It's not worth getting caught in a 4 or 5 point move by Worley. He's just fishing for that Granby so hard.
Rivera able to fend off Worley's shots, but he just doesn't want to be underneath him.
No, or on top. Worley. That's how Worley got his 4 from bottom, hitting that Granby cradle. So, yeah, if this stays on their feet, it looks like Rivera's kind of got the upper hand.
Yep.
And just as I say that, Worley comes in on a deep shot.
Sure.
He's just having a real hard time finishing here, and there's short time of the period.
Just a few seconds left here in this match, or in this period. So Worley's going to take a 5-4 lead into the third period. Where is he going? He's choosing top.
Yeah, probably a wise decision from what we seen in the first period. He was close to turn him a few times and just really put a hard ride on him.
Yeah, if he's going to win this match, it's probably going to be with a turn. Altensi is just pinned Lopez from Auburn.
Worley throws that leg in right away.
Well, if you're Rivera, you just know that 2 minutes of this is coming. That you're just going to crank on him.
Yeah, that's the other thing you got to be worried about. Yep, and just as I say that, they call Rivera for stalling. He can't just lay there for 2 minutes. They might ding him again. So not only do you have to worry about getting turned, you have to worry about not giving up a stall point too. So he's in a pretty tough spot, even though he has the lead right now.
Yeah, another stall call there, and we're gonna have a tie match.
Right. Oh man, he's just giving his arms up at will. It looks like.
Yeah, I have to wonder. I mean, it's either give up the arms or pull him in and then risk getting called for stalling a little bit sooner if he just kind of clams up there. But I know how frustrating it is to either be on in any one of those positions, somebody trying to crank on you to turn you, or you cranking as hard as you can to try to turn a guy over and he's not moving.
Yeah, it almost looks like if Worley wants to win here, he's going to have to go tilt because Rivera's pretty gumby with his shoulders. He's having a really hard time getting him over. And I know Worley's pretty good with that tilt.
So we have our the first of how many Dakota finalists coming up?
We got 4 in the finals.
4 in the finals. All right.
Yep.
So at the conclusion of this match, Josh is going to be leaving us to go do his coaching thing. I'll be joined by Terry Glaudel. Got about 25 seconds left here Worley continuing to crank on Rivera.
Yeah, we're kind of getting into decision time now. 20 seconds left. I don't know what, if Worley just rides here, he's going to win. So he's going to have to, I don't know, I'd be taking that leg out and trying to go tilt or come out front and cement mix or something. But he's just going to ride out to lose, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't, if Rivera hasn't gone over yet, 3 seconds left, I don't think he's going to go, although they're taking a look. Oh, boy. Wow. I'll tell you what, he was about 3 seconds away from getting a quick 2 count.
Yeah, so Evan Rivera from Coal City takes home first place. Jarek Worley goes home with second. And then through the first 3 weights, we haven't had a top seed win it yet, have we?
You know what? That's a good point.
No, yeah, Jezik did over with injury.
Yeah, that's so. Yep. All right, Josh, well, good luck, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good luck to your wrestlers.
Yep, thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Josh, good luck, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Now I'm joined by the old hat, Terry Glaudel. Terry, tell us about the match that you were coaching.
That was real fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Do you think that there were a lot of people here who thought the match was going to go the other way?
Absolutely.
I agree. I credit to Tunick for all the off-season work he put in, and maybe not believing the hype.
Now that's his 4th final match in 4 years.
Sure is. Yeah, I thought so. I knew he'd won it his freshman year. Won it again. Yeah. 4-time finalist at the pit.
Yes.
So we've got a 160-pound weight class coming up. You got that one?
Yeah, we got Aiden Norton from Dakota, and
Ty Baxter from Leroy.
Yeah, I didn't bring my reading glasses. I'm telling you, Jamie.
Pen, my glasses, all of it. Notes. Baxter from Leroy, he came in undefeated. Looks like he's still undefeated. He upset the number 2 seed, Charlie Patterson from Auburn.
We did wrestle Aiden Norton Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah?
Kyle Tunick did. But, it's a good tournament. We had a good tournament.
Matt 2 in the middle there. Yeah, for the championship. Thank you.
And in the 3rd and 4th place match, we have
Tyler Worker from Vandalia.
Right. And Patterson of Auburn.
Boy, I bet you wish you had your glasses.
I really do.
And Joey Fiore from Warrensville, Latham. Is that what it's? That's the team?
That is it, yes.
And Seth Speaker from Mercer County in the 5th place match.
It seems like there's been a speaker in Mercer County wrestling forever.
There has. I believe there has. Actually, there's more than a few names that seem like they've been around forever.
I didn't get a chance to watch this match on Wednesday night, but Norton's pretty tough wrestler.
He is. He came in the number 1 seed, 18-2 junior. He had a really nice tournament here last year. It was 4th at the pit, and is currently ranked 4th with the Illinois Mat Men rankings. So
nice sweep right into that high crotch. Although he missed his initial move and went back into the high crotch. That's a pretty nice shot. I like to see when they're transitioning to something. Even with a poor shot, they transition to something and make the best out of what they got when they're in there. I think we're spending a lot of time tied up and not a lot of time moving in a lot of cases. Of course, there's a lot on the line here with titles.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big tournament, let's face it.
It is pretty much the biggest Class A tournament in the state.
Outside of state.
Sure, outside of state, yes.
That's a nice move. Ooh, no points off the mat. They really run a first-class tournament here, I'll tell you, Jamie.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's even better when they open up both sides of the stands, so there's more places to sit. Yeah, 57 years they've been running this tournament, so I think it's the longest-running tournament in the state, at least the longest-running Class A tournament in the state.
And it grows. Seems like it grows every year. They added Tremont this year, which was a big add because Tremont brought some pretty tough kids.
Yeah, there was. Steve Amy told me that there was one team that backed out. I don't remember. Oh, it was Monmouth, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. So still 34 teams, but that's a lot of teams. That's a lot of fans.
Nice. Poked his head out and got his 2. Nice move.
Yeah, this young man's impressive.
So that's Baxter. Goes up 2-0 with about 30 seconds left to go in the first period. He's got a leg, sitting on the leg, got a boot in, going cross body, trying to pull the arm, going to that power half. So has Josh got the swag?
Josh did great. Josh is good at the rolling commentary.
Good for him.
And he didn't need glasses.
Well, he's a little younger than we are. I suppose if you got your son over there when he comes back to hold the paper over there, I could probably read it.
Right.
End of the first, we've got a 2-0 lead with Baxter of Leroy leading over Narden of Dakota.
Just so you know, I don't think that Cale drove down here to watch wrestling as much as to go to dinner afterwards. So
imagine that. Is Dad buying?
Yeah, he is.
Well, there you have it.
He braved the weather for. He wants to go have a steak, so we'll see.
Oh, going to Prime Quarter, are you?
That's what he wants to do.
There you go.
We'll see.
Riding hard with that leg is Baxter. He seems to be pretty comfortable with that boot in. Narden's not giving him a whole lot there to. Well, those are potentially dangerous. Not giving him a whole lot there.
Boy, Baxter, wrestling well above his seed. He comes in seeded third, upsets the number 2 seed.
Worker from Vandalia.
Yeah.
Vandalia is solid.
Yeah, they are.
Very solid.
They're sitting, going into this round, they're sitting in third place.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. Auburn is solid. I saw them at the Abes this year. They're pretty solid.
Yeah.
So that's got some. The third place match has got a little bit on the line here with Auburn wrestling against Vandalia, with Vandalia leading 6-0 in the second period for the third place match, as Baxter again is punishing with the legs again on Narden.
Yeah, only 3 points are separating going into this round, Auburn and Vandalia on the team score. So, yeah, like you said, there's some impact here, the outcome of this match.
Looks like Narden's coming out the back door now, shaking him off the top, and he's going to get an escape. So we've got a 2-1 match now. Baxter leading 2-1 over Narden. Nice job by Narden. He weathered the storm because Baxter was really kind of, had both boots in, was punishing him pretty good. Nice slide by attempt. Narden now going for that rocket. There's 2. He's going to try to get more with the rocket, or Merkle, as some people like to call it.
It was the rocket back in my day.
It depends on which part of the country. I'm finding out which part of the country you're in.
Sure.
So we've got a 3-2 lead now with Narden of Dakota leading, still in that rocket position. And that's where we're going to end the period, 3-2 with Aiden Narden leading from Dakota.
Third place match, Patterson from Auburn is up 9-2 over Worker from Vandalia. If I've got the ankle bands right.
You are correct.
It's a long way down there.
Yeah, well, I like these seats, though.
I don't mind them. Nobody walking in front of us, is
exactly. Kind of hard to see the scoreboard a little bit. But now Narden's trying to get that boot in on Baxter. Oh! Baxter's going to come up in a nice double leg. Narden going. Oh, there's the elbow bind.
Fell right into
double elbow binds.
Oh boy!
He's got Aiden Narden in a world of trouble here.
Look at this. Narden's going to.
He's going to get 3 back points. Yeah. He's got the 2 reversal, 3 back points, and he's now leading 7-3. And he's still in a pretty good spot here with that leg, and he's coming up trying to get the head, but it almost looks like Narden's trying to do some sort of spladle here, but he doesn't have the leg in.
No, he doesn't. But he is reaching for that that far knee.
We're going to have to get, I'd call a stalemate here. Let's get him back.
Got about 50 seconds left in this match. And
now he's coming up to the head is Baxter. He's got that.
Rotate that head out.
Yeah, he's got those hips turned. Finally got his head out.
Yeah. I think he was looking for more than, he was looking for some more back points there.
Oh, he's going to give up a 1. So 7-4, Baxter leading after that exchange. Back on their feet with about 30 seconds left to go. Another slide-by attempt by Narden as they roll out of bounds. 27 seconds left to go. 7-4, Baxter from Leroy leading. Nerd's got a front headlock in. Trying to run the cradle, near side cradle.
We're down to about 10 seconds here. Looks like he's gonna give up that takedown.
He can't get his arm out.
Oh, he can't.
As you can see, he's bouncing Baxter's head off the mat.
Right.
That's going to be the end there. You're going to have your winner from Leroy, Ty Baxter, winner 7-4 over Aiden Narden of Dakota. Kind of the giant killer today, wasn't he?
He was.
Knocked off the 3 and knocked off the 1.
Yep. That was the first.
Oh, 2 and 1.
First of Dakota's 4 finalists. Who do we have next, or what weight class do we have next?
We have 120.
120 pounds.
And we have Dresden Grimm of Auburn, who got here via a default, because I know that Newlieb, last year's defending state champ, has got a knee issue.
Okay, I saw that there was an injured default, and I was hoping that you had more information.
And state runner-up to Newlieb last year, Cameron Clark,
sure,
is in the finals with a 7-5 lead over Phoenix Blakely of Dakota. Now, had Newlieb made the finals, this would be a rematch.
It would.
And it would be a rematch of last year's state title match. But
yep, both 1 and 2 at the pit, both 1 and 2 at state last year. So I'm kind of disappointed that we're not getting to see that match.
I am as well. And we've got Blakely against Bobby Mann of Reed Custer wrestling for 3rd place.
Looks like Cutler Prater from Vandalia, Levi Newlieb. I'm sure Newlieb's going to
default
out,
yeah.
So there won't be a 5th place match, just 1st and 3rd. Grimm, he's a freshman from Auburn. Boy, yeah, they are just tough, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty solid.
So he's going up against the state runner-up from last year, and Cameron Clark.
And Cameron Clark's only a sophomore.
Is he really?
Yes.
I suppose I should have looked at undefeated so far this year. I believe.
I didn't get a chance to see Grimm wrestle at all. I have seen Clark wrestle. He's pretty solid, so I'm interested to see Grimm wrestle.
Well, I mean, before we knew about the injury, then I think the odds-on favorite to make the finals was going to be Newlieb.
Absolutely.
Did he injure it here, or did he aggravate it here?
I think he aggravated it. Okay. I think he's been fighting it. He's only coming into the tournament, he only had 7 matches coming in.
Yep.
And I don't think he wrestled at the Abe's. There's a slide-by attempt.
Can you read it?
We're going to give a quick shout-out to the Princeton Public School Foundation for making today's broadcast possible. If you're interested in
learning more about them,
please visit
ppsf.gives
today.
I believe, yeah. Sorry.
So I'm really without my glasses, man. I am hurting here.
Also, a shout out for Tiger Central Live, Princeton High School's student-run live streaming club. Today's broadcast has been produced by Princeton High School junior Elena Martinez.
And you're doing a great job, Elena. She takes direction pretty good.
Yeah,
you can tell she's young because she takes direction well.
Yeah.
As they get older, they quit taking direction from us old farms. We got a little bit of a scramble going on, Matt 2 here between Clark and Grimm. Restart back in the middle. We got about 50 seconds left to go. Now that we've paid our bills, about 50 seconds left to go here in the.
Blakely from Dakota has taken a 2-0 lead in the 3rd place match over Mann from Reed Custer.
Those kids are tough. Both these kids at 3rd place are pretty good wrestlers.
Yeah, well,
I've watched Mann wrestle a few times.
There's a couple of Blakeleys right now.
I believe are they twins? I think they're twins.
Oh, well, sure might be.
They sure look alike. Let's put it that way.
I haven't had a chance to see them wrestle this year.
Grimm goes for a slide-by attempt, back off. Oh, nice slide by Clark. Grimm. Oh, Grimm's fighting. Oh, he's in trouble.
That arm, doesn't he?
He's got the arm caught. Clark hit a nice slide by, and when Grimm came back into him, he kind of set that up nicely right at the end of the period.
The bell there, huh?
He gets a 5er right at the end of the period. They're going up 5-0 now. Going into the second does Clark. He's going to defer. Grimm's going down. Blakely's got that banana split there with the leg in.
Looks like he's got all of his points. So So Blakely's going to take a 5-0 lead in the third place mat.
Clark's got that cross face and looks like he's trying to work a cradle. I know the Blakely kids are related to Josh, so I know these are important to them.
Sure. I asked Josh if this was his full-time gig now, and he says, well, kind of. So I don't know.
Oh, he works for Dad.
Does he? Okay, all right. Gotcha.
So I think this is part of working for Dad as well.
Sure.
Well, not Dad. He works for
his uncle.
Pete? Yeah, I think he works for Pete.
Okay.
Tony's his dad.
Blakely gets the pin. Third
place. Man. Clark's got him in the guillotine, lets it go, and now he's got him on his back. So he's adjusting for the pin. Got that arm caught. You can't let that arm come through. You want to keep that lace, which is what he's trying to do right now, is lace it up, but he got through. Grimm did. Clark's kind of having his way right now.
Yeah, you got to, give credit to Grimm. He's a freshman, big stage here. He's got 3 more years, and I'm sure that he's going to take home a title or 2 before it's all said and done.
But I'll tell you, some of the weight classes here this weekend were deep.
Yeah,
deep weight classes.
We're missing a few names of guys that should have been here, and we'll probably talk about that when we get to those weight classes. But there's some guys out with injuries. Some guys. You had a guy that was certainly a contender, placed third last year. Rude at 138 pounds. Would have been nice to have him in the lineup. But
yeah, it would have. It would have certainly been nice. But I know he's sick. I know he was sick Wednesday. He missed the duel on Wednesday, and he missed school Thursday and Friday.
I know Coal City's missing a wrestler at 160 pounds, ranked second in the state. He didn't weigh in, so I'm sure that factored into the team score being what it is for Coal City.
Litchfield's missing their 32-pounder.
Yeah.
And 32 was deep. 38 was deep.
38's deep, sure. 10-2 right now for Clark over Grimm.
Kind of on autopilot here now.
Yeah,
Let's start third period.
The other matches have concluded.
I like the way Clark just keeps Grimm's head buried in the mat with the weight pushed forward.
Yeah, okay. I've got notes here. Yeah, Clark was runner-up at state last year. We talked about that, didn't we?
Yes. Actually, I'll be honest with you, it was kind of a surprise to me until I saw him wrestle a few times. He's a pretty tough kid.
Yeah, he is. Grimm doing his best to not give up anything. Clark working on those hands, crossface there. Still 10-2. Got it just under a minute left in this championship match.
Stalemate. We got, I had to check my phone. I was getting a couple texts in.
Sure.
Our buddy Dan Ivey says I sound a little garbled and I needed to get the mic away from my mouth a little bit. Thanks, Dan. We don't get to hear ourselves up here. So it's kind of tough sometimes. Of course, I about lost my voice today.
Yeah, well,
never short of yelling.
I know anytime you come up after coaching a match like that, a big match like that, a big win like that, it's the adrenaline's pumping a little bit.
I really wasn't. I was pretty confident.
Good.
I was pretty confident.
Good. Had a game plan going in?
Yes, we did.
Good. It worked.
Dan just said it sounds much better.
All right, good. Okay. So we've got 5 seconds left here. Clark's going to go ahead and...
Clark's going to, he's going to finish up here, 10-2 win. He's got a second place and a first place to his credit now in his sophomore year.
2 more years left. All right, coming up next is the 285-pound weight class.
This is a big match.
Yep.
You got 1 and 2 in the state coming up, I believe, with Ellsbury and Enloe from Vandalia. They've wrestled more than once.
Absolutely. Last year, Ellsbury ended up in the third place match after running into Logan Lee in the semifinals. Kind of drew the short straw there.
Yes.
And Enloe ended up in the championship match against Lee, and I think it was a 3-2 decision for Lee.
Now you're gonna be amazed when you look at these two fellas. Enloe just made weight. Now I say that as a heavyweight, just made weight this week, which is 285. But I watched him wrestle earlier, and he was shooting singles and doubles.
Was he?
And so was Ellsbury. So I'm really anxious to see if these guys open up and go after singles and doubles, because both of them are really capable of wrestling that type of match.
Sure. How's Ellsbury on weight? I mean, is he cut at all, or is he?
No,
is he a little light?
Oh, he had to cut. I talked to him. We wrestled in the first duel of the year, and of course I know the Ellsburys. I've known Tyler since he was a little guy, but I talked to him, and he says he started watching his diet about the semifinals of the football season.
Yeah.
To get down to 285. But obviously Tyler's going to be at Iowa next year playing football.
Yes.
But he's a great kid, smart kid, good wrestler, and Enloe is a load as a wrestler. I mean, he's a good football player as well. But I'm really anxious to see if these guys open up and start shooting takedowns, because it's fun as heck to watch heavyweights, good heavyweights.
Yeah, we probably should bring out some extra mats to place on the gym floor. But, Ellsbury was a runner-up last year at state.
To Logan Lee.
Right, absolutely. and Enloe placed fourth last year.
Yes.
So, all right.
You got Edwards of Auburn against from Alleman. What's the last name here?
I'm not sure. Jagusa?
From Alleman, and Wagenbach of Tremont against Short
IVC.
From IVC for fifth place.
All right.
I'm a big fan of Tyler.
Fireworks.
Tyler's a good wrestler, a nice kid, good family. Of course, I'm a little biased there.
Do you know if these two met were they on the same side of the bracket last year at state? Or
I can't, to be honest with you, I can't remember. I know every time they've wrestled, it's been close.
Right. Yeah, you got two big guys, athletic guys, not afraid to move.
Well, Tyler's been big his whole life.
Yeah.
When he was a little guy, he was big.
Going to fill each other out a little bit here. We're a minute into the first period. Yeah, they should know each other.
I want to see fireworks.
Yeah, no, I absolutely do. I want to see some big throws.
Little arm drag attempt, then do a Russian. Enloe pummels out of it. 40 seconds left to go in the first period. We got a 0-0 match. Third place match is over. It was via a pin. I can't recall who pinned who. I think the Alleman boy pinned.
Yeah, I don't recall. It actually happened fairly quickly.
The Enloe looks like he's trying to set up a PA.
A little bit of head rubbing going on there, huh?
Yeah. So Tyler and Logan Lee will be teammates next year at Iowa.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever met Logan Lee. He's one of the nicest kids I've ever met.
Sure, I have. Absolutely.
I don't know anybody in wrestling that hasn't met Logan Lee.
No, and then if you run into his dad, you know that's Logan Lee's dad, built just like him.
and they know everybody. They talk to everybody. They're the nicest people. We got a 0-0 match, and Ellsbury wins the flip, and he's going to select down, which is, I've seen this more and more, Jamie. A 0-0 match, and you win the flip, and the coaches defer. I don't understand it. I want the hammer. I want to know if we get to overtime, and we go through overtime, and I got to make it. Got the cement mixer on him.
Yes, he does.
Got that arm tight. This is awful bad news.
He's gonna. He's either gonna get out of it, or he is. There we go.
Nice job by Ellsbury to get out of that. That was a nice move by Enloe. Good move.
It certainly was. He was stepping up and just.
But what I was saying is I want to be the first guy to score.
You know, that was always our mindset was 0-0. You want to score first. You don't want to defer. I think the criteria may have changed a little bit.
No, it's still the same.
Is it still the same?
You score first, you get to that extra period. After you go through all the overtimes, you get your choice. I'd rather have my choice.
Oh, absolutely.
So it always boggles me when I look over and a coach defers to me in a 0-0 match.
So no problem deferring.
Oh, nice slide by Enlow. Enlow now takes a 5-1 lead.
I'll tell you, Enlow came ready to wrestle today.
That was a nice slide.
It was. So I don't know if they just didn't enter a record for Enlow when he entered the tournament. Or okay, this is it.
He just made weight.
Gotcha. I see. All right, Ellsbury undefeated coming into the tournament.
Both of these boys are all of 285.
Yeah. Well, probably right now they're 292.
Yeah. 287 anyway. They got their weight allowance.
Right. So Enlow, he had to make scratch then.
Yes, he did. I know he did that this week.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I don't know if he wrestled this week or not, but I know that I had heard through some of the coaches he made weight this week.
Gotcha. Okay. It's 5-1 right now. 24 seconds left in the second period.
Now, you tell Ellsbury, hey, we got to have a point. So,
Ooh,
there's locked hands. Now we get the double duty. We get the locked hands, but we want the escape, which you didn't get, but you want the escape too, so we can close this.
He'd already been called for locked hands. Why break it? You might as well go ahead and use it to bring it back down to the mat.
That's what I would do too.
That's exactly what he did.
But we need now with 18 seconds left, you want to get that 1 point to try to tighten this up going into that last period. You don't want to sit on the bottom and do nothing.
No, he's gonna pick his moment here. We've got 10 seconds left in the
There's your
period.
escape. Nice job by
nice. Very
Byron there.
Methodical.
We got a 5-3 match. I'm assuming Enlow's going to choose down in the third. Now we're going to see who's in better shape.
Absolutely. Well, and I have to wonder if Enlow, really hasn't been wrestling, he may be tested here, his conditioning.
I don't know how long I let him sit on top here and try to turn him. I might be thinking about letting him go and taking him down and let him go again, take him down a couple of times. That's always dangerous, pulling a 285-pound guy down on top of you.
I'm sure he was hoping to get some exposure there.
Ellsbury's got a leg in.
And Enlow's going to crank on it.
He's scooting.
Yeah, he is. He's looking to turn into him, isn't he? Look, he turned so he could listen to his coaches, get some instruction. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's just going to...
Ellsbury's in trouble.
Oh, yeah, he is in trouble. He's got to... All right.
That was a nice job by Enlow.
It was.
Methodically, not getting out of control here. Methodically turning, getting that
well,
reversal.
he definitely rotated, so that he could get some instruction from his coaches. And
when was the last time you saw heavyweights legging somebody?
Right. In a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So 7-3.
Oh, Ellsbury caught with a suck back. He stays out of it though. Enlow's got the arm caught though. This could be trouble. This could be trouble for Ellsbury. Enlow's got this is the same thing he got him on his back in the first period.
We're inside a minute left in the match.
Yeah,
he's going to come back for that other arm. Well, maybe not because he lost the.
Ellsbury did a really good job getting off his back there. Now he's down 10-3.
Well, I tell you, give Ellsbury credit because a lot of times you see when these guys turn to their backs, it's hard to fight off, and it's just easier to lay down.
I'm not sure the willingness is there sometimes to fight off.
Oh, absolutely. No, I agree. And so,
well, if anybody had any questions on whether Enlow was ready to wrestle or not, he certainly was.
He is. These guys they'll see each other, I'm sure, at state, whether it's the semifinals or the finals, one way or another. They're liable to run into each other again.
And I told the boys today, all our boys, the last thing I want you to do is peak here.
Oh, sure. Nope. This is about a month left in the season.
Yeah.
Rough?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's your winner. Enlow from Vandalia, winner 10-3 over Ellsbury. Both seniors. This will be the last time we'll see these two here, but I think we'll see both of them downstate this year, and it'll be a fun match to watch there as well.
I agree. Ellsbury is ranked second. Enlow is ranked third. Do you know who's currently ranked first?
I do not.
Offhand, I can't come up with who it is.
Give me 2 seconds, and I'll tell you.
Okay.
Oh, the wonders of the phone.
Yeah. Set mine aside so I don't get distracted or bothered by Rudy Delgado. We have the 113-pound match coming up. Make sure I'm in order here. So 113 pounds, we've got Riley Hansen from Ottawa. Riley came in undefeated as the #1 seed. He's a senior. Wrestling Maddox Blakely, another Blakely.
Hayden Kopass of Westville. He's a junior. He came down from 2A last year. He was
That's why
I believe he was a runner-up last year in 2A.
Yeah, he was second in C. Okay.
But I read somewhere I think he's injured.
Is he?
Yeah,
okay.
I read somewhere I think he's injured.
So Hansen from Ottawa against Maddox Blakely from Dakota.
This is the twin, I think. They're twins.
I believe it. Okay. So Blakely was a pit champ last year as a freshman. He's a sophomore now. Hansen, I'm trying to think. He's ranked 6th in 2A from Ottawa.
Over on the third place match, we have Smith of Riverdale wrestling Ishikawa. I've seen him wrestle a ton in the IK. From the line I bluffed, Maddox Blakely throws a headlock right out of the gate. Oh, yeah, goes through.
Boy, yeah, don't count him out yet, huh? Yeah, I was kind of surprised actually when I came in. I expected Blakely, being a returning pit champ, to be the #1 seed. Ended up #2 seed, but either way, these guys were destined to meet in the finals.
I think Hansen needs a haircut, though.
Have they changed the rules to not requiring?
Yes, they have.
Okay,
as long as they keep it up.
I've seen it a couple of times today, and so.
I just got a text from Bob Baker telling me it was Kopass. Was the first ranked kid.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're getting all kinds of help. You got Rudy Delgado, and I got Dan Ivey and Bob Baker.
Yeah, Rudy he'll just text me to try to mess me up. So, all right.
Blakely gets an escape. He's now leading 6-2 with about a minute left to go. And so I don't know if you know this or not. Bob Baker's son Nolan is now at the Olympic
do know
Training
that.
Center.
Yep, I've been following him, and yeah,
I think
awesome.
And he just qualified for the Olympic trials.
Qualified for the Olympic trials from last I read. I'm sure Bob will straighten you out if we're wrong. But
so all you folks out there listening, that was a single A wrestler qualified for the Olympic trials. Nice takedown by Blakely in Greco-Roman.
I know it was not an easy decision, or I understand it wasn't an easy decision to leave NIU. But let's face it, he was a much better Greco-Roman wrestler.
He's where he belongs.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. He's going to go on and make us. He's already made us proud. He's going to continue to make us proud.
Another tremendous kid, nice kid, good role model for younger kids. Nice chicken wing from a Dakota guy. Chicken wing. Blakely putting it in. I don't know if he's Josh's nephew or cousin. I don't know if it's Pete's daughter is.
And he's a sophomore.
Right.
I set the other brackets aside. Do you remember? Was the other?
He was a freshman.
He's a freshman.
But I think they're. I don't know, but they look exactly alike.
They do look a lot alike.
Both of them are tougher than nails, though.
So 2-1 match for the third place on the third place mat. Ishikawa and Smith. Looks like Ishikawa's got the lead now. It's tied up, 2-2.
And we've got King of Mercer County against Tribble of Reed Custer over on the fifth place match. And that's a 2-0 match in favor of King of Mercer County.
Yep.
We got a little blood time going on the championship match. We've got a bloody nose.
What year is Ishikawa?
Freshman.
He's a freshman. Okay, that would explain why. I've been out at IK for a little while, and I didn't recognize his name because he wasn't here last year.
No, he's I think he was a TJ kid.
I
TJ
wouldn't doubt
trained.
it. Well,
I've seen him wrestle a ton in the IK. They ran through our regional and our sectional, and
they were really kind of building their program when my son was moving on from IK to IHSA, and we never ran into him until we got to sectionals.
You remember that far back?
It wasn't that long ago, but Yeah, I just remember, when you saw TJ trained in the bracket, you knew these kids were.
And TJ's here today. He coaches Tremont.
Yeah, Josh and I were talking about that. So comes from a big program, and he's coaching at a 1A school. That's
he looks like he's enjoying himself, though. I'll tell you that.
Good, absolutely.
He's got some tough kids.
So that was that the new team that joined? Okay, gotcha.
And there's a waiting list here.
There is a waiting list.
So if you can get in,
all we really need here is Lena Winslow, and we may not need the state tournament.
Yeah. I've watched Lena wrestle this year. I'm glad they're not here.
Right, absolutely.
They're really good.
It's always this time of year. I always have to remind myself that Lee Wynn's not here.
And Unity, who Lee Wynn beat for the
Tolono.
Yes. For the title down
Where
at
did they
Abe's.
come from? They are.
Well, magically, they had about 4 kids show up there this year that weren't there last year.
Yeah.
That kind of helped them a little.
Sure.
Hell, they had a state champ transfer in.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Nice action on Matt, too. Blakely trying to hit that Kelly dump.
Oh, nice flurry there. Oh, yeah, Blakely's tough, isn't he?
He's real tough.
He's bleeding. You're going to have some more blood time here.
I was razzing him earlier. He's got the bandage on his head. I'm like, what the heck's going on? What that? He says, I got a horrible mat burn, and I don't want it to get any worse.
Well, you know what? It looks cool. You look tougher when you
Oh, I don't know about that.
Blood streaming down out of it.
His wrestling's tough enough. He doesn't need to look it.
Yeah, Dakota, I haven't spent much time on the message boards this year, but I don't know if I expected them to be as tough as they have been this tournament. You hear about teams, in transition, maybe having a down year. Could be because I haven't followed the sport as much this year, but they are having a heck of a tournament.
I talked to Josh this weekend, and the kids club is Jesse Milks and Vinny Alber are in the kids club, helping out the kids club now. So obviously that's a tremendous pedigree coming through there. Yeah. Both of those guys are state champs from Dakota.
Well, Milks was a 4-timer, wasn't he?
No, Seth was.
Seth was okay.
Jesse was a state champ, and of course Vinny was a state champ as well. Yep. So those kids are learning, obviously, the Dakota way of doing things: chicken wings, arm bars, hard-nosed, in-your-face kind of wrestling.
Just good fundamental wrestling.
Absolutely.
Nothing flashy, nothing.
Hey, you're going to have your hands full every time you get on the mat with them. You're going to have your hands full.
Right. If they got to keep a match close, they can keep it close. You know what I mean? It's back in our day when we had a team and we were still competing as a team. Coach would talk to us about saving points. Hey, go out there and don't give up a lot of points. It's going to make the difference in the team score.
Oh, we'll get back there.
I hope so. Well, I don't think it's a lot of programs right now. I mean, you've got some programs that are really flourishing with a lot of numbers, and you've got programs that are struggling to get kids out.
We're in the second period now, about a minute left to go, with Blakely leading 8-2. Back into that front headlock position.
Boy, most of those points came early in the first period, didn't they?
They did. It's nice to start with a 5-0 lead.
Absolutely, yeah. I think he's waiting for him to pop his head up there.
Seems like this match is taking forever.
Well,
when you get blood time, it always seems like it takes forever. Nice takedown by Blakely.
Nice.
Hooks the leg.
Yeah. Stepped in.
Pops the head out. Now he's got.
Working on something there with the hands, trying to get a tilt in here.
Hansen came his #1 seed.
Yes, he did. Well, undefeated, yeah. and all I can think is it was because of the record. I've always wondered, does Steve Amy do these seedings all by himself, or does he have a committee? I thought he did. I believe he just locks himself in.
And if he has a committee, he doesn't throw any of them under the bus when he talks to us coaches. Yeah. to be beforehand, he lets us know, if you have any issues with the seedings, you come talk to me because I'm the one that did it. And nobody does. I mean, you got to wrestle. At the end of the day, you still have to wrestle.
2 years ago when my son came in as the number 1 seed, I kind of looked at him sideways, and Steve, and said, "Really?" He goes, "Just don't let him embarrass me."
Yeah.
He's got to make the semis, otherwise he's going to embarrass me.
We got a 13-2 lead now with Blakely and starting the third period. And he didn't, by the way.
No, he didn't. No, that was a fun match.
I don't know if it wasn't fun for me.
Fun. It was fun the way it ended.
I was sitting down there watching it. The first half of the match wasn't fun at all.
No, it wasn't.
But your son out,
Well, all I was thinking was, second place at the pit's not bad, right?
Well,
but first place is better.
He was in the better shape that day.
Yeah, well, he got that quick turn at the end and then just held on. All right, the only match we have still going right now is the championship match. Boy, it's hard to believe that Blakely wasn't the number 1 seed, huh? Because I don't believe he's done scoring here.
He's not, but he's lost 4 matches, and he's a sophomore. He's a senior, undefeated senior. Kind of hard not to give the nod to the senior. I don't think it matters 1 or 2. You're on the opposite side of the bracket.
As long as the best 2 wrestlers meet in the finals.
I would agree. Nice dump by Blakely trying to come out again. Good defense by Hansen. I can't remember. What did Hansen do last year?
I'd have to look back. You know what? I've got notes on that.
Another takedown, and that is going to be a 15-2 lead with 40 seconds left to go for Blakely.
Hansen was 3rd last year here. It doesn't look like he made it to state, but he's currently ranked 6th in 2A. Terry, do you know if there are any other Princeton wrestlers in the finals other than, is it Augie?
Augie's not in the finals.
Augie's not in the finals. No, he's
wrestling for 3rd.
Okay, all right. Honestly, don't know.
I think there may be a heavier one. I'm not sure. But we don't have any heavy guys, so I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of the heavier weights. But I have had a chance to watch Augie wrestle today. I'm friends with his dad. So
third place match, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a chance to watch Augie wrestle. Like I said, I'm friends with Aaron, so.
Boy, look how close he is to getting the tech fall here. Maybe he was a little upset about not being the number 1 seed. Maybe he's a little upset that their first wrestler didn't win.
18-4 win, Blakely of Dakota. Moving on to 145.
We've got Nolan Throne, returning pit champion and ranked number 1 in the state, versus
Nix of Auburn, and Nix is tough.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, Throne has really had a great tournament, and he looks like a guy that wants to be a state champ. He's wrestling really, really well.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a great tournament. I think he's had a great career. So
he seems like he's been around for 10 years.
Well, I know he handed my son a loss 2 years ago. I think he was a little caught off guard by this freshman, and they never did meet up again. But we've had more than a few wrestlers meet up against him, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah, we have. Nice kid. Good wrestler.
Yeah. So Nix comes in as the number 3 seed. He was 2nd at the pit last year. Currently ranked number 4. What do we have on for 3rd place? We have Isaiah James from Rock Falls and Alan Couture from Orion.
And for 5th, we've got White of Morrison against Green. Is that Green?
Green with an M. Yeah, it looks like, from Gibson City.
Gibson City.
Yep.
I was going to say that was a color match down there, except it's green, not green.
White, green. James just missed out. I happened to be sitting watching his semifinals match. Tied it up with not that much time left, and then gave up 2 at the end.
Was that against Nix?
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yep. Lost a 6-4 decision to Nix.
Sometimes I miss when you're coaching. You miss so much of what's going on with the other matches.
Well, I think you may have been coaching at the time.
Yeah. Nolan in on a shot, thrown. Boy, he's slick. Gets his 2. That took all of about 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah, he's had a great tournament. He's 20-0 going into this, either the tournament or into this match. and he looks like he's ready to make quick work of Nix here. He is a senior, isn't he?
Yes.
So last year it was wasn't it Throne and Padding that met in the finals?
Yes.
And Throne ended up winning that one.
He sure did, and they're buddies.
They are buddies, and
they both go to Young Guns. Hey, I have to ask you, what do you think about our alumni Brian Bars coming back to help out this year?
I think it's great. You know, I know Brian had talked for a number of years about wanting to come back and help, but he also was kind of in transition. You know, for a while there he was going to school, then he was. But I think that he's in a good spot now. He's secure in his job. Just got married recently, and I think it was all about making it work with his schedule.
He's been a tremendous help and influence on the kids that are in the room. I know he's been a tremendous influence on my son.
You know, having young guys that haven't been gone that long, one that can get down on the mat and still roll, but also they just seem to relate to these high school kids better than old guys like you.
Well, I tell you, he's had a tremendous influence on my son. I told him I'd give him a shout out to his boy Boehner.
Yeah. Just recently had a
just turned a year old.
A year, okay.
Year old.
Right. I did see that he got married. I think it was over the summer, but
he's going to be a future Comet.
In a few years.
I won't be coaching then, Jamie. Although I can't say that.
We'll come visit you in the nursing home.
Look at Coach D.
Look at Dieterle. He's almost 70, isn't he?
Almost. Yeah, he's going to kill us for saying that, by the way.
I don't think he cares.
I just hope I'm in that good a shape.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm fortunate.
Although I'm not willing to give up, meat like he has.
I'm fortunate to have coached with him as long as I have, and now to work with Brian has been a real blessing for me because he's a great kid.
Brian was recently, I hope I don't mess this up, recently voted or recently, sort of decorated with Athlete of the Millennium or the decade. Sorry, the decade for the Sauk Valley area with his state championships in wrestling, along with football state championship.
Deservedly so.
Absolutely. He and his brother Tony were both athletes of the year, their senior year, and not a surprise.
I do know he likes the coach's hospitality lounge.
he may have missed a match or two earlier.
He has. 8-0 now. Throne is well in the lead with about a minute left to go in the second. Nix hasn't really mounted much of an attack yet on Throne, and Throne now on his feet.
Couture's got a 4-1 lead over James of Rock Falls, and he's just going to extend that by a couple over on the third place mat.
And we also still have, and I don't want to go without saying, RJ Troy helping us out too.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Dieterle about where RJ was, and he says that he's now on a swing shift.
Yes.
That's going to affect his ability to make it to some of the meets.
So how awesome is it to have two ex-state champions in your room from your program? It's
awesome, and it's something that we have known for a while that we wanted those guys involved, but they had to get through college and whatever else they were doing and get secure in their jobs.
They're still starting their life. Nice headlock.
Absolutely.
By Throne, he's reached back and got a headlock on Nix. Nix fighting it off pretty well. Not something I encourage, reaching back like that for the headlock.
I was kind of surprised there.
About 20 seconds left to go.
He must have thought he could make something out of it.
I'm not always a big fan of the reaching back for that, but
no.
I'm not knowing Throne either, but
the pace has slowed down a little bit here.
Yeah.
Nix has got him tied up a little bit there.
Got a boot in. We're going to finish out the period here with Throne leading 8-0. Every time we come up here and do this, I really like the view. You can see quite a bit from up here.
Well, like I told Josh, nobody walks in front of you. I don't know if you've had to sit in these stands, but
I've done the announcing from over at the table. I've done the announcing from down here on the floor, which is not always the best because you got everybody running to behind you.
Sure.
But up here, I got to tell you, it's perfect coming up here because you really have nobody bumping into you from front and back, sides.
Right, and you know.
And you don't have.
We could use a spotlight above us so we can see better, but.
And you don't have 40,000 people from a fan base screaming behind you, and you can't hear yourself.
Right.
So,
sure. Do you think the weather affected the attendance?
I don't know
at all today.
I don't know. It always seems crowded here, so I really can't tell. And to be honest with you, Jamie, while I'm in the middle of coaching, I pay very little attention to what's going on in the stands and around me.
Well, I know I started down the road this morning, and I nearly turned back because they hadn't done a very good job of getting the salt out in my neighborhood. Once I got out to the main roads, it was fine, but I nearly did turn back just because it was treacherous.
I've heard up north is getting some weather now.
Yeah,
Throne's in command now. He's got a boot in. He's up 8-0 with about a minute left to go in the third. Nix is going to get a reversal here.
Yes, he is.
Nice job by Nix.
Well, they did move the finals up a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Scheduled to start at 3:30, and
I had to call my wife back from lunch and tell her we were starting the finals, and Kyle was one of the first matches, so she better get back from lunch.
Well, I had talked to Tony Wright, and he was adamant that we get it changed, and I don't know. He said he didn't get anywhere with Amy, but enough people must have talked to Steve to.
I think Tony missed his calling. He should have been an activist of some sort. Tony's always got an opinion. He's a fun guy to talk to, I'll tell you.
Is. Nice guy. So are you a little surprised that, Throne looked like he was on his way to a tech fall to me early on, and he just kind of slowed down a little bit.
Shifted it to autopilot, looks like almost to me.
Yeah. Now, even giving up a reversal there or takedown, I'm not sure which it was, but we got 4 seconds left.
8-2 match. He got reversed here in the beginning of the period. He had a boot in, and Nix kind of got him in trouble there.
All right. I thought it was 4 seconds, but it's the basketball hoop in the way. It must have been 9 or 10 seconds.
Yeah, we're done here. That's your winner. Nolan Throne's your winner from Rock Ridge with an 8-2 victory over Nix of Auburn. The other two matches are still going on.
Couture has an 8-2 lead over Isaiah James from Rock Falls on the third place mat, and then we got White down there.
He is trailing 8-6 to Greem of Gibson City.
Boy, some of these teams have a long drive home, don't they?
Oh, yeah. I'm glad it's not me.
Most of the teams that are driving a long distance are driving south, and I hope that the roads are okay.
I've got about a 15-minute drive, Jamie.
I know. Kellen will probably stop and stay the night if the weather gets bad. We'll just knock on your door.
Well, I got a cold one there for you. Let's move on. 182
pounds. Boy, we're more than halfway through this, aren't we?
Kerr of Monticello wrestling Riggle. Evan Riggle of Dakota.
Is this Dakota's third finalist?
Yeah.
Okay. Noah Cole from Reed Custer versus Hunter Pate
of Dixon. Yep. Hunter Pate of Dixon.
Now, Pate was second last year at the pit. In fact, he came in the number 1 seed, undefeated. Doesn't look like he'd had a whole lot of, or maybe they just didn't enter a record. But lost a 2-1 decision to Kerr, your finalist from Monticello.
We've got Dirth of Coal City
and Josh Fair of Orion for 5th.
I'll tell you, Evan Riggle, he's another one of those names I remember from forever. Because as a young guy, he was a lot smaller than 182 pounds. This is his first year back being healthy. He's had knee problems a lot in his career.
I was going to ask you why his name sounded so familiar, and now I know why.
Well,
he was closer to my son's size when they were younger.
Absolutely.
And I saw his name in some of the brackets. Yeah. But, he's grown.
He's grown quite a bit. Nice kid. His dad helps out with Dakota. I know his dad from the years and years of IK and everything else.
Sure.
And, it's nice to see he's healthy now and he's wrestling.
So Riggle, neither one of these two wrestlers were seated number 1 or 2. Riggle comes in. Boy, he was down there in the seating a little bit. I can't even tell you. That's probably 5th or 6th. 6th probably.
And here we go. Start the match.
Yeah, Pate's got to be a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how this third place match goes. He's got to be a little upset that he didn't make the finals again this year, especially after coming in the number 1 seed.
He's a junior now. Pate is.
Is he? So how many? I know Dixon has moved to down to 1A. Ottawa is still 2A.
Yeah.
What other? Mantino still 2A? Or
Yes.
Okay. Just wondering what other 2A schools.
Harvard came down.
Harvard's down. Okay.
Sandwich came down.
All right. And Harvard used to attend this tournament.
Yes. Years ago.
Years ago, yep.
When they went 2A, they moved out of this tournament, and they never came back. They've been up and down 2A, 1A a couple of times.
Yep, right on the, and I think Sandwich has done the same. Heck, wasn't that long ago. Princeton was bobbing up and down between classes.
I don't think in wrestling.
I thought maybe it was before Amy was here, but I can't. It seems like it would have been years ago, back when I had hair. Boy, yeah.
I don't remember that when I had hair. So
yeah, Pate makes quick work.
Wriggle in on his shot, nice. Kerr defended well, still defending well. As we go off the mat. Nice job by Kerr to fend off that attack by Wriggle.
Wriggle's a senior.
Yeah, he's Kyle's age, Kyle Tunick's age. That's, after coaching Kyle so many times, I think these Wriggle and Kyle have wrestled.
Did you anticipate Kyle growing as much as he has in the last couple of years?
Actually, I thought he'd be heavier.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he started off at 106 pounds, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, he's well over 6 foot now.
Yeah. No, he's.
As you saw with the match against Padding, he looked quite big.
Yeah.
Alongside Padding.
Well, you just never know. I mean, you start coming in at 106. Oftentimes, those guys are still 113, 120 pounds by the time they're seniors. But no, he definitely shot up.
He's been an absolute ball for me to coach for as many years as I've coached him.
Good kid. Good friend of my daughter's.
I ran into your daughter the other day at school.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was teasing her.
Imagine that. She still likes to threaten me that she's going to go out for wrestling. I think it's a little bit late now. But,
it is. Not that I ever helped prod that snake or poke the snake with that one, because I give her a hard time about it.
When she decided not to play basketball this year, she says, "Well, now I'm clear. I can wrestle." I said, "Nah."
Wriggle gets to his feet and gets a 1 for an escape. I told her she had to learn something other than the headlock, though.
She does not have a good shot. I've seen it. It's bad.
Just the beginning of the second. That was a nice escape by Wriggle, right off the whistle. Now leading 1-0. The other 2 matches are both completed. Pate won by a fall. I didn't see who won the 5th place match.
Yeah, Pate won quickly, and boy, I'll tell you what, I don't have any information on Wriggle. I don't know how he placed here last year.
He didn't wrestle here last year. He was injured.
Well, that would explain it.
He had a knee injury all year.
That would explain it. Okay.
And I believe 2 years ago he was about 130-some pound wrestler.
All right, we got
nice warning stalling
right
Kerr.
When right as Wriggle shot in.
Wriggle in on the ankle, trying to keep him on the mat. Kerr, it looks like he's attempting to get off the mat. I would, man.
They're gonna confer. They're gonna.
If you don't give him the 2, give him the flea in the mat. Because he was trying to get off the mat. There
it is.
That's one point. They gave him the stalling, not the fleeing the mat. So Wriggle now up 2-0. He almost, he was dancing on that line. Let's put it that way, and he was trying to turn out that way.
Well, if you're going to do it, you gotta learn to do it so the refs don't call it.
Exactly.
There's an art to it.
I've never learned it.
We never learned it. Our coach made us wrestle in the middle. There was no, wrestling on the edge of the mat.
Stalemate here with Kerr and controlling the front headlock. Wriggle couldn't get out of it. 32 seconds left to go in the second with Wriggle leading 2-0. I'm going to assume that Kerr's going to take down, start that third period, try to close the gap a little bit.
Right now, our points have come from an escape and a
stalling
call. So Kerr's going to have to develop some offense here if he wants to.
There's a nice shot.
He did. He's going to run out of.
That's off the mat. Didn't keep his feet down. Now, after you see a shot like that, you just got to wonder to yourself, let's keep that shot up. I mean, as a coach, you're thinking, man, you just got in so sweet. Let's keep it up.
You know, do it again, but also, you know, if you know that you're going to use up half the mat, maybe back the guy up and then, you know, get a running start. So you don't. I mean, that was a lot of effort to end up with no points.
We just finished the period up now, and Kerr is taking down. Riggle leading 2-0.
I was a little surprised that that Tunic's match went as early as it did. I thought maybe it'd be one of the later matches.
I thought so too, but
they didn't. Nobody asked us.
No,
did they?
Kerr got a nice escape. Their little sit out, cut away.
That was one of the matches that I came here anticipating, you know, seeing, and you know.
I don't know. They're 1 and 2 in the state.
Right.
Depending on which poll you're looking at, they're 1 and 2 in the state.
Boy, I tell you what, if he can finish this is going to change things a little bit.
And the funny thing is Kyle's only lost this year is to a kid that Padding beat.
Oh.
From Iowa.
Well, like you said, Kyle had a game plan coming in today, and he stuck with that game plan. Obviously, got it done. Well, I tell you, Kerr's been in a couple of times.
He has,
and just not able to finish.
Fought off well by Riggle. Give him credit.
If he can finish one of these takedowns, you know, Riggle, I would expect to get the escape. Then we'd be looking at overtime match.
Hey, we're better than halfway through and haven't had an overtime yet.
No, we haven't.
We've got about 45 seconds left to go in this match with Riggle leading 2-1. Kerr's been warned for stalling twice. Riggle has not been warned at all yet.
Boy, I tell you, Kerr's got to go here.
Well,
20 seconds left. He's
there's
down
stalling
by 1
on Dakota. Headlock attempt.
That's just, you know, it's just probably not the place to do it. You know,
20 seconds.
Even if you get it, you're going to run out of room. Oh, he's pushing, trying.
Nice step down, go behind by Riggle.
Yep, felt the pressure, and
I think that's going to do it. Kerr kind of dropped to his belly there, and he looks like he's content to just finish up here. Riggle's going to be your winner from Dakota, 4-1. Good match. Good match by Riggle. Good match by Kerr. It was a good match.
That was a good match.
132 pounds, Jamie. Next.
At 132 pounds, we have returning state champ, Gabe Spencer from Hayworth.
Against Luke Fleming of Ottawa. This is a rematch from last year.
It sure is, yep. First and second last year.
Third place, Augie Christensen of Princeton against Tyler Simmer of Dakota.
And then, is it Austin McConaughey? It looks like it was cut off there from Monticello.
Yep, against.
And Sinclair from Porta.
Right. This is the weight class my son was in. I'm going to tell you something. There was not any holes in this weight class.
It was a deep one, wasn't it?
It was real deep. I know that when I watched this match last year, I think Spencer pretty much had his way with Fleming. Fleming's a tough customer though, so this should be a fun match. Christensen's had a great tournament. He ran into Fleming in the semis, and Simmer for third place ran into Spencer from Hayworth. I didn't get much of a chance to watch the two fellas down on the fifth place match. I know that McConaughey's kind of a funky wrestler, leg kid.
Yeah,
Sinclair I didn't see much of.
Well, Josh is back. If he you want to call a few matches with him?
Sure.
So I'm going to go ahead and turn over the headphones to Josh Albert.
Hey, that was a fun match, Josh.
Which one?
The one we just watched with Riggle.
Oh yeah, that was. He did well, man, and it's good to see. He got injured.
Yeah, we talked about these all last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, so it's good to see, a little bit of a turnaround for him.
Hey, what I was impressed with is last time I saw him wrestle, he wasn't very big.
No, I know.
Yeah, he's grown up.
Well, he started out freshman year at 113, so.
Yeah, he's grown up.
Yeah.
I've watched him wrestle through the IK quite a bit.
Yeah,
too.
he's been around forever. Yeah, I had to get on the mic and redeem myself. I got down there and I started getting texts that I had the 106-pound match wrong. I was under the impression. I said Rivera won. Like I don't know if I was looking at the wrong scoreboard or what. But
isn't it awesome that your friends do that to you?
I deserve it though, man. Jeez Louise, amateur.
This is a rematch here at 132. The Spencer and Fleming they're a rematch from last year. Of course, Spencer returning state champ from Hayworth.
Yeah, he's just he don't make a lot of mistakes. He's tough as nails.
Takedown machine.
Yeah, he's on you.
We wrestled him 2 years here. Tunic did. And I think it was a 2-1 match. We ended up winning that one. But he's a tough kid, real tough kid. Great on his feet.
Yeah. Nothing flashy, just, real athletic, real good shot from space. And
I've never seen him wrestle freestyle, but I think he'd be a lot of fun to watch wrestle freestyle.
Yeah, he kind of has that style, for sure.
Simmer looked good this weekend. Tough with the legs.
Yeah, he gave Spencer a decent run there. What was that, the quarters maybe?
Yeah.
No, it was before. It was round of 16.
Yep.
Yeah, he gave him no one has gotten escape on Simmer the entire weekend, so.
Yeah, he's tough on top.
Yeah, that's his forte. If we can get him going on his feet a little bit, he's gonna be dangerous.
This weight class was loaded.
Yeah, it was for sure.
My son was didn't get seated, and he was 20-7 coming into the weekend. Didn't get seated in the top 8.
That's a rough bracket to not get seated in.
He had a good weekend though. He's sophomore.
Yeah, most of these guys are. Spencer's a senior, right?
Yeah, Spencer's a senior. Fleming's a senior.
Yeah.
Christensen's a freshman. Simmer's a sophomore.
Yeah, I do some camps in the past I've done camps with Princeton and gotten to know Christensen. He's a good kid.
He's a real good kid.
Yeah.
I've known him forever.
Yep.
He and my son are friends.
Yeah, he's a good kid. His dad's a coach there at Princeton too, and he's got a little brother coming through the ranks. He'll be in high school in a few years.
Old Ace.
Yep, Ace. He'll be fun to watch. He's a little scrappy little guy.
Yeah, he's a fun kid.
Yep.
They're a good family.
Oh, yeah.
Spencer leading now, starting the second period, leading 2-1 over Fleming. Fleming had his way with Christensen in the semis.
I didn't even get to see. Oh, I pinned him.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, there's levels to it,
Oh, you bet there is.
Yep. And now we see him he's getting controlled so far. He's close on the scoreboard, giving himself a chance, but it's been all Spencer so far.
You seen any surprises yet?
I'm just getting back into the scene, so I don't know these kids that well, so it's hard for me to be surprised, really.
Hey, I'm not happy you're back in the scene, by the way. Unless you're in my school, I'm not happy you're back in the scene, Josh.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm glad you're back. It's good for Illinois wrestling.
Yeah.
It's good for the schools.
No, that's what I was on here earlier. I was talking about. It was good to see T.J. Williams out here coaching at Tremont.
He looks like he's having some fun, too.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. We need that. It's just good for everyone. It's going to raise everyone's level,
We got a 2-2 match with about 1:20 left to go. 4-3 over on the third place match with Simmer now getting a reversal, taking the lead 5-4 over Christensen.
It just seems like Spencer's had his butt to the center, and he's been keeping the auto guy on the edge the entire time here.
How do you like the new stalling?
On the edge?
Yeah.
In high school?
Yeah, in the high school.
Well, it's still a little subject. I don't know if subjective is the word, but it hasn't been consistent in the way I've
That's what I was just going to say. Consistency. One guy calls it a little different than another guy.
Right, and that's hard to get away from. But
I think sometimes they fall into that push-out thing that you see sometimes in freestyle.
Right.
And, a lot of guys are not allowing the guy to circle back in, and there's a difference there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you got a guy trying to circle in, the guy's not letting him circle back in.
That's almost why you almost have to just go straight push-out, because anything less than just going and push out for a point is gonna fall into the hands of the ref judging it, and that's you're putting the ref in a tough spot too, because they can't tell if the guy's just pushing him or if he actually is backing out or what. So
Spencer trying to work a takedown here on the edge. Fleming's got that whizzer in. He's awful close to 2 here. He had the leg and the foot. I don't know.
Spencer's sitting there like, hey.
He's kind of looking at him.
Yeah, like, hey,
I had the foot, man.
Yeah, look at where I'm at here. Come on. Well, that's the problem, though, with, Spencer's pushing the edge, and then he shoots, and then he doesn't have real estate to work, so got to do that in the center of the mat.
Spencer's going to go down. Score tied 2-2 here in the third. Uh-oh.
And that's an assassin right there.
Yes.
And they're not calling it. That's the other problem I've seen. I've seen several assassins this weekend. They're not calling them.
I could never understand why they outlawed it to begin with.
Right. Yeah. I don't think it should be outlawed. But if you're gonna,
do it,
yeah, you better call it.
On top of the football grip that they outlawed in Illinois a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And what's the difference between a front headlock and a football grip?
Right.
I'm not quite sure what the difference is, but they outlawed that as well. It's funny when we go to camps. I take my son to camps in other states, and they start showing a football grip, and like, hey, man, in Illinois, we can't do that.
Yeah. Well, that's like we were at Dvorak, and there's a team there from Wisconsin, and they were hitting the assassin, and they were getting called for it, and the coaches are freaking out. I'm like, yeah, you're in Illinois here, man. You got to play by our rules.
Exactly. 2-2 with about a minute left to go. Spencer being ridden by Fleming. This is what I would say is Spencer's probably biggest weakness in his game is he's not real tough coming off the bottom. There's a penalty. That's a penalty. You can't grab the outside of the mat to pull that's a penalty.
There's no way they can.
I think that's what they're talking about, the referees.
It's got to be.
He obviously.
At least stalling, right?
Or you got to call something.
Or is it could be fleeing the mat.
That's what I would call it, yes. Because he obviously was. There it is.
Yeah, that's going to be one. Now Spencer's got to get out.
And that's the right call. I mean,
yeah,
both of you and I were like, oh, yeah, you can't grab the side of the mat.
Spencer should have just reached out and touched the gym floor.
Now Spencer's got a little more urgency coming off the bottom.
Yeah, and what you mentioned earlier is coming to fruition here. Spencer, maybe not that great on bottom, and now he's got to get out to win.
Oh, Fleming is tough.
Yeah, he's clinging on that crab, or that claw ride.
Well, I like the way when he's coming up, he's bringing him back into that claw.
Yep.
You don't see that a ton in high school. You see it more in college than you do in high school.
Well, guys, they don't understand. You got to keep your hips tight. They just pull them back and they get space. They get in trouble.
30 seconds left now. Spencer's going to have a little more urgency coming off the bottom here.
Tyler Simmer, the winner over in the third place match over Christensen from Princeton.
Those are pretty nice mat returns.
Yeah, I don't see him getting out here the way this is going. Under 20 seconds now.
I gotta have a pen. Is there a pen? You got a pen, Jamie? I gotta finish up my OWs.
It's gonna be tough so far. That Vandalia heavyweight, he looked good against Ellsbury, and that's a match he flipped from state last year. I think Ellsbury beat him in the quarters or semis.
Well, I got to go homer on the upper weight skate.
Oh, yeah, I guess you got a horse in the race, don't you?
Yeah. There's your winner, 3-2. Luke Fleming of Ottawa. He returned the favor because he lost to Spencer last year.
Yeah, honestly, coming into that, I wouldn't. You asked if I was surprised there. That one kind of surprises me a little bit, but yeah, I mean, when you got to get out on bottom if you expect to win it.
That's 2 minutes, man.
Yeah. And now, other guys in 1A are watching that thinking, now there's a chink in the armor for Spencer. Yep. They're returning state champ. If you get on top and ride him hard.
Let's move on. 220, man. This is going to be a big match. Peyton Lynn of Byron against Capes of Riverdale. Capes, who beat Hazelton.
No.
Not beat Hazelton.
Yeah.
Not beat Hazelton.
Yeah.
I saw the match a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. There's a lot of hoopla about that.
Maxwell of Warren Lathan and Mulroney of Orion wrestling for third. Torres of Alleman against Riggins of Dixon wrestling for fifth. I remember Peyton Lynn. I used to coach the kids club in Byron years and years ago. I remember when he was a little guy, And he was a little guy. He's not a little guy anymore, but he was a little guy. He's always been a fun kid. But he's gotten a lot bigger. I'm kind of anxious to see this because obviously we all know Caves is tough. He's tough.
Yeah, we had Lynn on our Disney Duels team last year because when you go down as Dakota, you can bring on 3 kids from out of your district.
Yeah.
We brought Lynn, and man, he was a great kid to have around.
He's a fun kid.
Yeah, just great attitude and did whatever we asked of him, and he had a great time. So
good football player. I talked to his dad today. He's playing. I think he's going to go to Wisconsin Platteville to play football.
Hey, most Byron guys are good football players, it seems like.
Last few years, anyway.
Well, especially when half your team's Ellsbury's. Your football team there was pretty good.
Yeah. All little guys, too.
Yeah, real little, yeah.
Although Tyler's breaking the mold, not going to Co. They've all gone to Co.
Yeah, well, I don't think they blame him. He got the opportunity to go to Iowa. He's got a great opportunity to have him.
And I think he'll play.
I hope he does, He's got, I'm no football scout, but it sure seems to me like he's got all the assets.
The two of them are kind of feeling each other out here first period. Collar ties. Are your sisters going to be doing the clock down at State this year again?
Those are my cousins.
Your cousins,
yeah,
that's right. Not your sisters.
Yeah,
your cousins.
So those are Pete's daughters.
That's right.
Yep.
I get you guys all mixed up.
Yeah, everyone does. We're all related.
How are Phoenix and Maddox related to you?
Those are my nephews.
Okay, so they're your sister's
Yep, my
sons.
sister Jenny. And Phoenix and Maddox are her boys.
Nice shot. Fought off well by Caves. I always end up sitting next to them a little bit when I'm down there doing the announcing. They're fun.
Yeah.
Fun to sit next to.
Yep.
Well, the cool thing is they know wrestling.
They do.
And
the older women know wrestling. I'll give it to them.
And it's kind of fun because they'll say their opinion now and again too when the match is going on.
It's frustrating. Sometimes I regret teaching them wrestling because now they can put their opinion in on it. And they're not only are they moms, but now they're part-time coaches too.
Nice shot by Caves. Fought off well by Lind. Are they twins?
Yeah, they are. Yep. Yeah, the one got held back, so he's a freshman. He was. Yeah, there's a few problems he had and just wasn't matured and was
That's okay though.
Yep, and now he's in a lot better spot now, and grade-wise he's doing a lot better. So.
And that's good.
Yep, and
it's nice to recognize it and take care of the problem early.
Yes. That was a great sweep single by Caves there. But
Lynn, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Lynn, that's real nice.
He went right to it. He didn't.
He's got Caves in trouble here.
Oh! Come on, give it. They're gonna go.
Are they gonna give it to him? The head ref had 2 up. They gave it to him 2 for tick. I think he got it too.
I think he did. Yeah. I mean, Caves was reaching back. He was under that leg, but he wasn't locked on it or anything.
So Lynn starting the second period, leading 2-0. And I don't want to sound biased here, but I'm kind of rooting for Lynn. I like the kid. I really do.
I know. Yeah, it's hard. I think Caves. What I've watched from him, he's a great wrestler too.
He is too.
Yeah, I mean, both guys are deserving here.
I noticed Blankenship's not reffing. That's who was reffing down at.
That's him right
there.
That
is. He's the assistant wrestler.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was reffing the Abe's Rumble.
Right. Yeah, and he's in a tough spot too because
he made the right call.
Yeah,
But are we going to penalize our state champs for celebrating?
Right. It's one of those calls where it's the right call, but some guy, it'd be easy to overlook it too. But you can't blame him either way. So it is what it is.
Oh, I don't blame him. I mean, he's got to call the match the way he sees it.
Right.
Obviously, I'm not a referee and don't want to be.
Yeah, well, you know what? Hopefully, down the road, it could have saved Caves. Like you said, downstate. Now he understands to maybe keep his emotions in check a little bit. Until the clock is definitely a 0. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's just an in-season match too. So.
Yep. Caves doing a real good job riding here. Got a minute left to go in the second. Lynn's got to get his head off the mat. Boy, it's funny when you get Peyton going. He just starts, the mouth starts going.
Nah, he's definitely a fun kid. He's got a great attitude.
Yep. Caves going, and so he's trying to lock up the wrist. They call stalling on Lind on the bottom. Yeah, you gotta present yourself. He's got his head buried.
Yeah,
in the mat
I would
here.
always.
We gotta get our head
I like when they're kind of aggressive on the stalling on bottom. To be honest, you know?
Well, you got to get your head off the mat.
Right.
You can't ride with your head on the mat.
Yep.
One of my pet peeves is getting a lead and thinking you're going to ride it out on bottom and not get turned. Drives me crazy.
I don't like resting on. I learned that not to rest on bottom. If you want to, hang out, you'd rather do it on my feet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just nothing good can happen when you hang out on bottom like that.
Absolutely not. Hey, you want to talk to my son about that?
There's some guys on our team I need to talk to about it.
We're going to finish up the period now, 2-0 in lead. Peyton Lind is leading, and Caves is going to select neutral to start the third.
Yeah, and that stall call might come in here because now he's really got to stay in there and battle. That could affect him here. Let's see how it works out.
Boy, nice shot. Lind's fighting it off. See if Lind has another scramble like he did in the first period.
Those are heavy hips to get through. You're going to have to be a strong guy.
Yeah, he's got some tree trunks, doesn't he?
Yeah, both these guys are pretty physically.
I think they know where the weight room's at.
Yeah. Okay.
Lind in on a shot. Reshot now.
Not to your belly. Nice.
Yeah. Fought off well. And Cave scores, tying the match up with about 1:20 left to go in the match. Peyton's going to have to fight here because he's got to get his head off the mat. He doesn't want to get hit with a stalling and leave on that.
It looks like Cave's plan is just to try to get another stalling out of him and go up a 3-2. Doesn't look like he's going to cut him. Well, Lynn's got his hands full if he wants to get out here.
Nice sit. Lynn comes up with that. Oh, he's got to get his knees underneath him. Get his head back out and
just
get
your
his knees
one.
underneath.
Stop going for. We're gonna get in a scrambler. He's gonna waste a lot of time.
We're gonna get a restart here.
That's the problem with wrestling back into the legs. You do all that work. You're almost out. You wrestle back to the legs, and now you're still on bottom.
Well, think of the cogs you're burning there too.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to go away from though, because you get greedy almost.
You'd like to tell him just, hey, let's see you explode off the bottom. Let's get a one.
Yeah.
50 seconds left to go.
I mean, that saved him though. He's not gonna get hit for stalling. That was.
Looks like he's going for a roll, which didn't work out. Caves is going to get that stalling if Lynn doesn't mount some sort of attack here. Got to get our head off the mat. Interesting.
Caves isn't really doing too much though.
No. He's not really coming off the hips, coming out to the sides.
Yeah. Well, that second period, Caves was actually trying to turn him. Now he's just looking for the stall, and
he's hanging on.
You can tell, right? Yeah.
We're going to go to overtime. This is first overtime tonight.
And honestly, I'm surprised that Peyton's in here with this match. He's wrestling well.
He is wrestling
and I think
well.
he's probably more comfortable on his feet than on top and bottom. So
it's going to be a fun fun minute here. I'd like to see him just go into a flurry here, both of them. Oh, Caves in on a nice shot. That's going to do it. That was a nice shot. It finished well.
Yeah, he got right up and in. Made an adjustment there in the match.
That was a good match. Your winner in overtime, Caves of Riverdale.
Yeah, and I think Peyton Lynn's probably walking away from that, disappointed, but looking toward February, feeling a little bit better.
A little bit to build on there.
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
Moving on to 126. Horsch of Gibson City wrestles Linky of Morrison. This ought to be a fun match.
This Linky, he's tough on top. Watch him a little bit. Legger.
Yeah, my son got to wrestle him in the duel. He's awful tough on top.
Yeah.
And he's physical.
Yeah,
real physical. One of your guys wrestle him today?
Yeah, Elmer in the semis. And that's a match we were up 4-1 at one point, and then he got on top of us, and he took a toll on us.
Boy, Elmer just hasn't grown.
No, well, he's a little small for the weight class, but yeah.
He was 20 last year.
pound for pound, though, he's the strongest guy on our team.
Is he?
Bar none, for sure. Yeah, he's
scrappy.
Yeah, he's scrappy, and he's strong, and he's got a good attitude.
Is he finally a senior?
Yeah, he is. Yep.
Seems like he's been there for 100 years too.
Well, that's what he's been a little man forever. You know, he's just.
He and my son had a good match last year, the regionals.
Yeah. Yeah,
and that was at 120.
Yeah.
No, 113.
Yeah, he was 13 last year. Yeah. He actually won the sectional at 13 last year, I think.
Yeah,
Connor did.
It was,
or maybe got second. Did he win it? I think he won.
I can't remember. Him and my son were a 3-4 point match.
Yeah.
It was a good match.
Yeah, everyone that wrestles him just says he's like incredibly strong. I believe it.
And now my son moved up to 32 and he's about 5'11".
Yeah, you wouldn't have guessed those two wrestled last year. Looking at him.
A lot more comfortable coaching the kids that aren't your kid.
Yeah, I don't have that problem yet.
Not yet.
I'm a few years out.
More than a few.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know, they start young in the Elber household, 3 or 4 years old.
I remember seeing a picture of you in a diaper.
Oh,
Was that against one of the bakers, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah. I did have a diaper on my first few times out under my singlet. No, I don't know. I've thought a lot about that. I don't know if that's the best way to start your kids out.
Mine started when he was 8 years old.
I think, 8, 10, 11 years old is probably a good place to start. Hold them back a little bit, really make them want to wrestle, not force them into it. And
I'm not sure you're going to get that choice.
No, well, my wife, she's kind of a diehard wrestling fan too, so she'll probably be telling me to get him out of the house and get him wrestling right away.
Good. Horsch now on top, got a takedown on Lanky. And this is what we were talking about. This is kind of deceptive. Lanky looks like, he'll go from looking like he's being handled, and as soon as he gets on top, he puts the hammer down.
Yeah, he struggles on his feet a little bit, but if he gets on top, man, not only can he ride you, but he'll turn you.
Oh yeah.
So.
And he's kind of got a nasty attitude when he gets on top.
He does. It's a good thing.
We got Finch of Coal City against Miller of Mercer County over on the third place match. We got Elmer from Dakota against Mowry of Alleman. And Mowry's another one that was a 13 or 20 pounder last year as well.
Yeah, I think Connor and the Alleman kid have wrestled several times in the past.
I think Mowry's a young gun kid.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of the Alleman kids are young gun kids.
A lot of the Mercer County kids too go there, I think. And is that Tristan Finch's little brother? It's probably some relation.
Not sure, but they've got a few of them over there, and they've got a couple of them, I think, at Rock Ridge too.
Okay.
They're probably all related at some point.
Yeah,
they're all in the same area.
Yep. Small town Illinois. That's how it is.
Lenky's got an escape, and now in on a single. Horsch fights it off.
Good shot by Horsch. He looks pretty crisp on his feet.
He took an injury last year. I know that he was wrestling pretty well, and then he kind of fell off a little bit. I think he got injured last year.
He's looking good so far. He looks a good size for the weight too.
Yeah.
Nice quick shot.
Lanky probably would look a little better at 120.
Yeah, he doesn't look huge for the weight.
I don't know if he can certify there or he has certified there, but
Horsch just, 2 good shots and 2 quick finishes, which you don't see high school guys do sometimes. They kind of hesitate, but he's getting to the legs and he's getting quick through the finish.
And it's kind of funny strategy here. You see Horsch deferring. Now he's going to get the choice in the third, and I'm going to probably tell you he's not going to choose down.
Why would you?
I wouldn't.
He's showed so far he's superior on his feet.
He's not going to let Lanky get on him unless he takes him down.
No. He's got a leg right of his own. He's getting high with it though.
He's a little bigger than Lanky.
Yeah.
Lanky's going to come out of this one.
And that's the problem when you ride a guy like that. What if he reverses you? Now he's on top,
Yep.
But back to our feet, escape by Link.
4-2. Horsch hanging on to a 4-2 lead right now with about a minute and a half left to go in the second. That's a nice escape by Lanky.
Yep.
I hope you guys don't hit the weather going home tonight.
It sounds like we're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna take our time getting home.
I know North got hit a little worse than we did down here in the south.
Yeah, I haven't been here a whole lot. I know it rained. It was real icy.
Lanky in on a shot. He can't seem to finish it. Coming up through the middle here, trying to come out the back. Horse fighting really well here. Lanky's got to get his head up. When you scramble, this is a big mistake kids make. They drop their head.
Right, yeah. You always, the rule that Coach Schwab at UNI always says, head high wins. So
Always.
Yeah, you're always trying to get head high.
You try to keep your opponent's head buried in the mat, and you're coming up.
Yeah.
Any aspirations to move up and help out in college?
I don't know. It's hard. You know, I love being in the Dakota area, and there's not a whole lot of. I mean, NIU's an hour away, and I've thought about maybe trying to get in there. Madison's an hour away, but we got a pretty successful family business that I'm in, and just like I said, I love being in the Dakota area. I got a lot of little nephews coming up through the club,
yeah.
So I'm kind of picking them over any college aspiration. I just want to be with them little guys. And
Horse secures another takedown, leading 6-2 with the second period winding down. That's pretty cool, Josh. Well, it's always fun to watch little guys wrestle again, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and then I got 2 nephews wrestling in high school now, and I just love coaching them guys. And I got, I don't know, 4 or 5 nephews coming through the youth program at Dakota, and it's a lot of fun for me. And my cousin Vinny, he's actually the youth coach at Dakota. So
yeah, we talked about that earlier. Jamie and I did. I told him we had talked earlier, and they've got Jesse Milks and
yeah, they got a good thing going in the youth program, and that's what you need. I talked to you earlier this weekend about that's how you Newman's down a little bit, but I was talking to Bars too, and he said you guys were looking about going to IESA just to get your numbers up and
trying.
That's what you need to do.
We've kicked it around a little bit.
Yeah, you need to build the youth programs.
Well,
that's where it's all at.
Sauk Valley, which is a youth program for us, nice reversal by Horsch there. A lot of our kids end up going to Rock Falls, Erie. We've lost a lot of kids to those schools. And it's good for us, too, because it helps our kids as well, having the kids from other schools come in and wrestle in our kids' club. But we really need to think about, obviously IE's not nearly, in my opinion, as demanding as the IK.
No, yeah.
Nice escape. Now it's 8-3 in favor of Horsch.
That's got to be a little deflate the air out of Linky a little bit. Horsch reversing him. He goes down on. I think Linky went top, but Horsch is under him and he reverses him.
Lanky in on the ankles, and he's going to get to 2. It's 8-5 now. Only got about 40 seconds left. He's going to have to get moving here. He's going to let him go. Horsch up by 4.
Good shot. Head up here. And he's in a good spot just to milk the clock out,
Yeah, you don't have to do a whole lot. Wait for a stalemate. You're up by 4.
He's active enough that they're not going to call stalemate, but he's in a great spot.
Well, Lanky's really not offering much there.
No, and that's how it's going to end.
Yep. That's a good match by Horsch.
Yeah, he looked very sharp. Good, sharp shots. Good job on bottom, getting out on a tough guy. And, yeah, he's going to be a force downstate in February.
Another one of your guys coming up here at 170.
Yeah, I'm going to hop off the mic.
All right. Hey, Josh, if I don't see you, well, I'm sure we'll see you come sectional time.
Yeah, you're not going to get rid of me.
Oh, no. That's good. That's good. Hey, it was good working with you, bud.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yep. We're going to bring back my broadcast partner, Jamie Sanders. That was Josh Alber going. Now he's going to go down and watch Wenzel of Dakota wrestle at 170. He's wrestling against Altensi of Riverdale. This could be a fun match to watch. And you got, oh man, I'm not going to try that one.
Hang on a second. I'm just getting back in here.
Harvey of Coal City and
Marchesa from Auburn.
Marchesa of Auburn. There you go.
Stole my pen, didn't you?
Santa Moore of Leroy against Davis of Pittsfield for 5th place.
Pretty good for a guy with no glasses and not much lighting.
No kidding. That's one thing we're going to have to talk to Steve about next year. Is we need a little better light up over the top of us.
So what we have here in the finals at 170 pounds is 2 returning pit champions. Wenzel was a champ, I believe, last year at he might have been at 170 last year. Altensi was a champ at a weight below him.
Wenzel is a returning state champ.
Yes, he is. Yep.
Wenzel has mowed through the competition today.
He has, and Gail got the opportunity to wrestle him 3 times his senior year, and when Wenzel was a freshman, and he's just got such a different style. It just sort of slows you down. He's hard to score on, and I've been really impressed.
That being said, though, Altensi has mowed through the competition as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And Altensi, 2 years ago, he ended up getting a state medal. Last year, he qualified for state, didn't medal, but yeah. So this one of these 2 boys, returning pit champs, is going to go home in second place today.
They both got to the finals via first period pins in all their previous 3 matches.
Yeah, Wenzel looks like he's got a record of 18-1. Altensi 17-2.
I can't think of who beat Altensi.
Yeah,
I don't know where we're at. It might have been some tournament, because I know they'd wrestle some tournaments in the Iowa area too, so it might have been an Iowa kid.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the matches I was anticipating seeing today.
I like to watch Wenzel wrestle. He's one tough kid.
He is, and
I've enjoyed watching him wrestle since you wrestled your son.
Yeah, Gail managed to win all of those matches, but they got closer every time they wrestled, and I think the last one was 1-0. So senior over a freshman. I knew this kid, he had a bright future ahead of him in high school wrestling. So Altensi in deep. Wetzel trying to tie up the ankles.
There's your 2 for Altensi. A minute left to go in the first. Altensi takes a 2-0 lead. Altensi is a senior. Wenzel is a junior.
Well, I hate to make predictions, but just based on the state results from last year, I kind of thought Wenzel, maybe had a little bit of advantage here.
Nice shot.
Somebody forgot to tell Altensi.
Wenzel in on a single leg. He got an escape and in on a single leg now with about 20 seconds left to go. Boy, Josh, a nice kid.
He's a great kid.
You and I can sit here and call him a kid. I've got a daughter older than he is.
Yeah, he's a kid to me. Assuming he's planning on sticking around in Dakota.
We talked about it.
He'd be the next generation of great coaches that they've had in Dakota.
He was talking about he's got a whole slew of nephews coming up.
Yeah.
Wenzel's going to go down to start the second period. He's trailing 2-1 to Altensi.
We have a 2-1 score on the third place mat as well. My glasses here. Can you see who's winning that one? Cole City. Cole City. Harvey's beating Marchese right now. 2-1.
Nice. Wenzel comes up and kind of turns in. Altensi fighting hard here on the leg. No points yet.
Well, I won't be surprised if these two see each other down at state.
Well, they'll see each other sectionals first. I don't know if Riverdale's in our sectional. Maybe they are.
They always have been. Yeah, so definitely at the sectional, and then again at state. Yeah, right now Wenzel is ranked number 1. Heck, Harvey's ranked number 4. Altensi came in ranked number 6. So much for the rankings, huh?
Me, yeah.
I mean, both. It's the only weight class where we had 2 returning pit champions. Harvey's a sophomore from Cole City. He was a state qualifier last year in 2A.
2A.
Yep.
They're getting a warm welcome back to 2A or 1A, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
We're tied now 2-2 on the championship match. Another escape by Wenzel. Can't seem to break through Altensi for that takedown, though.
I think Altensi's one of those guys that was wrestling at Young Guns. Young Guns still a thing, or is it different?
No,
nope?
still Eric Jurgens.
Okay.
Altensi's got a younger brother who's pretty tough. 106 pounder.
Yep.
Wenzel in on the shot now, trying to come out the back. Seen this a lot today.
We have seen it a lot. It's
this Iranian or whatever they want to call it, but
tying up the ankles. It's just such a different. And I realize that style's kind of been around for a while, but boy, we didn't wrestle like that back in the day. There was just
we
didn't know about it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I never wanted to get my face that close to the other guy's feet.
Right.
You generally get kicked when you get your face that close to the other guy's feet, so I never wanted to do it.
Well, the ankle dives, the first time I saw an ankle dive, I thought, okay, this guy just exposed his back, but the guy didn't have control, and it just seemed like the strangest thing in the world to me.
All that funk roll, as they call it.
All of that.
I'm not a big advocate of teaching it. I never did it, so I'm not a big advocate of teaching it.
I don't know that I can teach it. That's why you bring somebody in the room who does know how to teach it, or get a young guy in. He's got a nice wing secured there.
A la my boy Brian Bars.
There you go. And by the way, this is his bread and butter, I believe.
Chicken wing? Oh, yeah.
This is how he won his state title last year, I believe.
Altensi doing a really good job fighting it off, though.
These two, they may have seen each other. I know they were in the same bracket 2 years ago when Cale was still here. I know because I've got the picture somewhere. I don't remember who was where on the podium, but they both placed here 2 years ago.
Boy, Wenzel is hanging onto that chicken wing like a dog, isn't he, with a bone?
Yeah,
he's not giving it up.
No. I swear that I've heard, Pete Albert discuss Wenzel's style of wrestling, just that it's kind of unorthodox, that he's just, but he gets it done.
Oh, yeah. He's strong. Last year he wrestled Mason Newman. And it was a pretty good match, actually, for us. And obviously, Mason's not a weak kid.
No, he's looks like a farm boy. I know he doesn't live on a farm, but certainly looks like one.
I think he's probably baled some hay in his life.
I believe he has. Well, we're down to the final 10 seconds of this match. 2-2.
Wenzel rolled through nice there to hang on to that, not give up the escape. We're going to go to overtime.
Real close to getting the escape there, wasn't he?
We're going to go to overtime. It's 2-2. Second overtime match here.
Yep, it is. After not having any through 2/3 of the.
The only takedown has been by Altensi. The 2 points Wenzel scored was 2 escapes, and there it is. Takedown, Wenzel, winner, overtime. That's a nice shot.
Ended up very much like the last overtime match.
Yes,
it was just kind of a nice, crisp shot and over.
All right, moving on. 138, last match of the night. And if there's any question why it's the last match, there's a reason why.
Yeah.
Kruger's related to Steve.
That would explain it, huh? Okay, we've got senior from Rock Ridge, Dallas Kruger, coming in at 19-0 against
Adam Meenan, Rock Falls, senior, 25-2.
Yeah, Meenan. I saw his match with Houston in the semis, and Meenan was the number 2 seed. I saw his match with Houston. Houston ended up injury defaulting during the match with a rib injury. Third place, we've got Finnan from Tremont
and Meisenberg of Orion.
Okay, and Houston then is in the 5th place match against
Derek of Alleman.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if he's going to.
I think that's a default.
He'll default. He defaulted his previous matches. He's got a rib injury. They're trying to. I think he came in ranked 2nd in the state. They're trying to rest him up, get him ready for the state
I was
series.
Surprised Meenan's at 38 again this year.
Yeah, he's from what I understand, he's cutting quite a bit of weight. Same weight class as last year.
Kruger is quite a bit shorter than Meenan. Real stocky.
Yeah, he is. He's another kid who it seems like he's been around forever. Probably because I remember him from IK. you know, this is a weight class. Not only was it's fairly loaded, but you know, it could have been had Rude been healthy, would have thrown something in. No, it wouldn't have been at.
I think he'd have competed.
Yeah, well, I didn't know. I didn't know if maybe he was moving a different weight class, but might have thrown a wrench into things here. So final match of the night at 138 pounds.
Nice snap down by Kruger. Kruger and Throne wrestle very similarly. Obviously, they're buddies.
They are buddies,
and they're both young gun kids as well.
You know, to me, I watched Meenan. I watched his matches at State last year, and 3 times he came from behind and ended up securing a pin to place 3rd at State. You know, you just can't count him out.
Well, he's I've seen him wrestle for a long time. He was obviously in our kids club. He's a fighter, man.
Yeah, he is, and
he's going to wrestle 6 minutes.
Yeah, he just kept getting better and better as that state tournament went on last year. I think he surprised a lot of people. You know, again, trailing in every single match, came back and secured the pin. So that we had quite a bit of action there. These guys have seen each other a number of times, by the way. I talked to Adam's dad, Kevin, and it's not the first or even the second time these two have seen each other.
I can't recall any of the matches. I've seen both of them wrestle individually a lot. Kruger's tough.
He is tough. Yep. Well, he's stocky. He's well put together. He's you know, he's a strong kid.
Because my kid's at 32, I'm awful glad he stayed at 38.
Sure. Yeah, Meenan's got a little bit of funk. He's certainly got some length to him that he can use to his advantage. I don't know that he's necessarily where he wants to be right now, but you get him on top or you're back in neutral and see some fireworks.
Meenan's got a little bit of a streak in him, too. A little bit of a mean streak in him.
Oh, he does. He does. I can tell you some stories about the days in IK.
Oh, I've seen some of the days in IK, Jamie.
He didn't like losing.
No, he did not.
He and Tunic wrestled a lot when they were younger. All right.
We're going to finish first period now, 2-0. Meenan is trailing. He deferred, and Kruger's going to start neutral. I don't think Kruger wants to go down.
No, I don't think he does. You know, oh boy,
nice knee tap. Nice knee tap. Adam fights off his back there. So we got a 6-0 lead. Kruger's going to let him go.
But I think what you were saying about him having a little bit of a mean streak, and I think that the further he gets into the match, where it seems like maybe it's desperation, that's when he becomes dangerous because he's not afraid to hit anything.
No.
No.
Kruger in on a shot again. Nice takedown. Now Kruger leads 8-1. About a minute left to go here in the second. Man, 38's loaded.
It is loaded. Yeah,
I'm going to tell you, I think 32 and 38 were the deepest weight classes at the tournament this weekend.
Not going to argue with that.
Oh. And good wrestling.
We had a number of matchups, and I had notes here somewhere, but I think there were 6 number 1 ranked wrestlers here and 8 number 2 ranked wrestlers.
Well, we had 3 or 4 matches of 1 and 2.
Yep.
Got a whizzer in now. Meenan does. Kruger would present a problem because he's such a small, stocky kid.
Stocky, sure.
You know, Meenan uses his length real well, though. We're going to end the second period now with Kruger leading 8-2. Meenan's going to get his choice here. I would choose down because chances are Kruger's going to let him go.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're going to get your free one he's not going to mount a real big attack to keep him down, because obviously Kruger probably wants to be on his feet more than anything. He's not really holding him down here real hard.
Nope.
Just I say that, he turns him over.
Yeah, that was just sort of a half-hearted effort there by Meenan. It's got that leg hooked, and it's you don't want to be rolling across your back like that.
No.
10-2 right now. Kruger over Meenan.
Kruger's starting to roll here.
He's got exposure there.
Kind of having his way, it looks like. He's going to get more back points here. Here's another 3. Takes a 13-2 lead now. Well, so much for my strategy. Huh?
Well, these guys will they'll see each other again at sectionals and
regionals.
Regionals, huh?
Yeah.
Who's hosting the regional?
Princeton.
Princeton's hosting the regional, and Rock Ridge and Rock Falls.
Orion, us.
Dixon?
No, Dixon's up in Polo.
Gotcha. All right. Boy, I can't remember the last time that we had a regional with Rock Ridge.
Well,
or Rock Falls.
With the two A's coming down.
Sure. Restructured things a little bit.
Yeah.
Meaning, oh boy, he's got himself in trouble again.
Another tilt. Kruger's kind of rolling now. He's up 16-2 now over Meenan.
Boy, he's tough on these tilts, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got another tilt. This is going to wrap it up here. That's going to be the tech fall. And there's your match.
First tech fall in the finals?
Yeah.
Only tech fall?
That's probably the biggest margin in the finals, hasn't it?
That was definitely the biggest margin of victory. Yeah.
18-2. Your winner, Dallas Kruger of Rock Ridge. Jamie, once again, this is our third year? Fourth.
First year for me was down on the floor.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll hit it again next year. I need to talk to you when we're done here, by the way.
Not a problem. You going to recommend where I should go to eat or something?
No. No.
All right.
But we're going to wrap it up. Your broadcast from Princeton, I'm Terry Glaudel, and my broadcast partner, Jamie Sanders. Thanks again.